Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream, and we are already on to commentary number 3 of the 2021-2022 season, with the competitive season well underway. It is the day for the UEFA Super Cup final. It is in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and the Champions League winners Chelsea will face Europa League Spanish side winners Villarreal, who defeated Manchester United 11-10 on pens in that final after a 1-1 draw in 120 minutes. This is the first ever meeting between the two sides, and there is silverware on the line to give both teams a confidence booster with their league seasons coming up close in about a week or so time. With Chelsea having a fantastic end to their season, with Tuchel securing a top 4 place, Villarreal did struggle to even make the top 6 in Spain, but do have Champions League football due to winning this Europa League competition last season. Both teams will want to win this, and Chelsea will be strong favourites. And can they win this competition for the second time? Their last time and only other time was in 1998. This is another Spanish side, and that was against Real Madrid. But this time, could Villarreal secure their second ever major trophy as a club? Yes, that Europa League they won last season was one of few trophies they've won as a club, surprisingly. They're a very small town in Spain, about 50,000 people live there. They've not got much history in terms of trophies, but that scalp against Manchester United to bring that Europa League home to their fans, absolutely unbelievable for their club's history. I don't think fans quite understand how big of an achievement that was for Villarreal. It is a little bit maybe like a Leicester winning the Europa League, or probably even a little bit less, probably. It's just such an achievement for Villarreal. Despite being quite a big club in Spain, winning trophies hasn't been really their speciality. So the fact they've won a big European trophy and they could win a second within months could be a real pinpoint time in history of the club for Villarreal. But they've got a challenge. They've got to play Chelsea, who looks to have just signed. Probably going to be announced tomorrow now, because the Messi transfer kind of took the headlines, but they are going to be announcing Romelu Lukaku re-signing for Chelsea from Inter Milan around, was it £95 million around that fee to bring him back. So they mean business. They want to retain the Champions League. They'll want to start off the season though with winning this Super Cup. Will they be able to do it? The kickoff is just under 8 minutes time. Put your score predictions in, say hello in the chat, get a conversation going before the game if you'd like. And yeah, we're about to get underway in about under 8 minutes time. Just going to check the sounds all good to me. We're going to go through the lineups as well. We've got a 3-1 Chelsea. That's exactly what I went with. They're going to be too strong for them. Well, people thought that about Manchester United against Villarreal last season, and they won. So let's not rule them out. But I am going to go for also a 3-1 to Chelsea. That's what I said before the game. So let's just go through the lineups quickly. We have got Gerard Moreno in goal for Chelsea. 30 goals conceded, but 25 clean sheets last season for Chelsea. Unbelievable for Gerard Moreno. A back 3 of Antonio Rudiger, who played all the minutes in the Euros for Germany until getting knocked out by England in the round of 16. Kurt Zouma will play on the right-hand side, who is linked with a move away from Chelsea, with West Ham and Sevilla open to sign the Frenchman. And then a senior debut for 22-year-old Trevor Chalobah. He's been at Chelsea since the age of 8, and this is his senior debut. He's impressed during pre-season, and he's got this big chance to impress today. He looks like he will be going out on loan because he's got a lot of cover at centre-back. But for today, while he's been at pre-season longer than the likes of Thiago Silva, Jasper Lequetas, Christensen's due to the Euros, he's going to be given that chance to shine today. Right, wing-back is going to be Callum Hudson. Odoi didn't play any minutes of the last 8, last 4 and the final of the Champions League, but was used quite a lot by Tuchel when he first came in. Captain for tonight, N'Golo Kante, partners up with Mateo Kovacic in midfield. Marcus Alonso plays at left wing back ahead of Chilwell and Emerson, who have also come back from Euros duty. So Alonso gets the nod, and then a front 3 of Hakim Ziyech, who was slightly struggling last year towards more the start with a knee and a bit of a hip injury, but he's starting to show his true colours. Fantastic player. 6 goals for Chelsea so far for the 28-year-old Moroccan. Kai Havertz, the Champions League winner, the reason they're in this final. He starts up front with Timo Werner on the left. One start in the Euros, it was against England, and that's when they crashed out of that competition. The bench is Kepa Arrizabalaga, the Spaniard, former with Atletico Bilbao. Reece James on the bench with Jasper Lequeta, Thiago Silva, Christensen, Chilwell and Emerson. Couple of midfielders with Jorginho, who started all the started every game in the Euros for Italy. Mason Mount, who played 99 minutes in the final of the Euros. Loftus-Cheek's on the bench after a loan spell at Fulham last year. Pulisic, the American, he also struggled with a bit of injury with a hamstring. He's also on the bench. And Tammy Abraham, who's linked strong of a move away to at least of one of these clubs, Arsenal, Atalanta, and Roma. He's also on the bench. And then for Villarreal, we have got Sergio Asenjo, the 32-year-old goalkeeper. He's got 250 appearances for Villarreal before today. He's going to have a back four of Juan Foyth at right back. He's been signed permanently from Tottenham after a loan spell last season. Raul Albio is at centre-back, the 35-year-old veteran, playing alongside Pau Torres, who featured in the Euros. He played every minute in the Olympics for Spain. He's travelled quickly back from Tokyo to play in this game for Villarreal, and then he'll be having his holiday that he was meant to have but took part in the Olympics. And Alfonso Pedreza is at left back. He played 88 minutes in the Europa League final. Manu Trigueros and Etienne Capoue is in midfield, and we think Alberto Moreno may take a midfield role, but he could also play on the left wing, and Yeremy Pino, who's on left wing on your screen, might go into that midfield, and Alberto Moreno, the left back, could play out wide. We'll have to see once he started. And there comes N'Golo Kante carrying the Champions League trophy. How special is that for N'Golo Kante? And then to finish off the Villarreal line, we've got Gerard Moreno on the right. He scored 30 goals last season in 46 appearances for Villarreal. What a season. And new signing up front, signed from Stade Reims, was linked to West Ham, Boulaye Dia, Senegalese striker, 24 years of age. He signs for Villarreal. He gets the nod in this game, and they've got a bench of Rulli, Pina, Gaspar Mandi, Cuenca, Estupinan, Manu Moralanes, Vincent Iborra, Raba, Gomez, Baena, Paco Alcacer, former with Barcelona, and Firmino, who was involved in that horror challenge on Wesley Fofana in a pre-season friendly against Leicester. He's on the bench, and those are your two lineups. Both squads are out. Line-up captain for Villarreal is going to be Raul Albio. He was former with Real Madrid for 4 years, back in 2009 to 2013. Made 118 appearances for Madrid back around 10 years ago now. He's captain, and then there's the three trophies: the Champions League, the Super Cup in the middle, and then the UEFA Europa League is also on the left, representing Villarreal. So kickoff is just under 3 minutes away. What are your predictions? Get them in if we've got any more. I've gone for 3-1. We've had one in the chat saying 3-1. That's the Chelsea as well. But this should be a good game. We've just got to try and figure out where Alberto Moreno will be playing for Villarreal. The likes of the BBC thought that Moreno might slot in midfield. It was a bit of a weird one. Bit of a surprise conclusion. The former Liverpool man, Alberto Moreno, now 29 years of age, missed pretty much the whole season last year due to a cruciate ligament injury. He was injured in September and he didn't return till around March time. So he got the back end of the season and managed to play just about 9 games, 4 of them being in the Europa League. So there are the captains. We've got a referee today. He is Russian. It is Sergei Karazev. He is the referee for tonight's game. We've got the assistant referees of Igor Demshko and Maxim Gavrilin. They're also Russian as well. For official of Alexei Gorbakov, who's from Belarus. VAR is Marco Fritz of Germany, and assistant VAR is Pavel Gil of Poland, and Massimiliano Irati of Italy. So a wide range of nations to make up the officials for this big game today. They do think Moreno will be dictating a left central midfield role in that midfield three, so your screen does not deceive you. Alberto Moreno, the left back, is having to put a shift at centre back. They are low on central midfielders. Villarreal, they've got Manu Molanes, who's a young midfielder. He was bought from Almeria this transfer window, and they've also got Vicente Iborra, formerly of Leicester, you may have heard of. He's also returning from a long injury, so he's not quite fit enough to start this game. But Capoue is. And we're about to get underway. Chelsea kicking off right to left. Villarreal kicking from left to right. The referee blows the whistle. The Chelsea players take the knee. Villarreal do not, and the officials, what Chelsea do, to keep spreading that message of no room for racism or any type of discrimination in football. And we are underway in the Super Cup final. Chelsea of the Champions League face Villarreal of the Europa League. Coming face to face, who will win? We'll have to wait and see in the next 90 minutes of football. It's Chelsea just keeping the ball, no real press from Villarreal, with Zuma getting it out wide left to Havertz, who's just gone to the left-hand side. And it's just Chelsea with possession around their back three. And Villarreal just letting them have it. Don't want to go too over the top with their pressing, but they've lost it here. It's a heavy touch from Callum Hudson-Odoi, but Dia of Villarreal's lost it to Kovacic in the midfield, and he can bring it forward, the Croatian, in the Villarreal half. Finds Hudson-Odoi, that's a better touch, and he gets it into Kovacic again. Looks for a switch towards Alonso. Going to aim for him. He brings it down nicely, Alonso. Has to battle, though, with the right back of Villarreal, and he keeps it and plays it back to N'Golo Kante. Great play from Marcus Alonso. Now Hudson-Odoi. Back into Kante near the edge of the box. And it's going to be Chalobah to be playing on the right-hand side of the centre-backs. On my screen, he's in the centre, but he's going to be on the right-hand side. Zuma on in the centre as Dia picks up a poor ball from Kovacic. He pokes it through towards Moreno. I think he's on sides. One-on-one with Zuma. Dia's making a run off to the left, and he finds him on the edge. One-on-one with Chalobah, helped by Kovacic with a strong tackle. Kante can bring it away, and that was well dealt with by Chelsea defensively, because that could have been a bit of a tough situation to get out of as they press into the Villarreal half. That was Ziyech. Back to Chalobah. It's now with Zuma again. Super Jack. A lot of transfers happening this week. Well, Jack Grealish was last week. Going to City for 100 million. We've had Messi to PSG. Lukaku is going to be heading to Chelsea. I think he's landing in London today to finish that move. Sancho, Varane as well, heading towards Manchester United. We still have the uncertain future of Harry Kane as well. Reports saying that City is still very much after the England captain. As Villarreal have it. Trigueros in the midfield. Trigueros. Foyth. Back into Raul Albio, the captain, right centre-back today. Going to play a ball across to Pedraza at left-back for Villarreal, number 24. Now it's time for Villarreal to have a bit of possession after just getting a little over 2.5 minutes into this game. Here's Juan Foyth, sold by Tottenham in the summer to Villarreal after a loan spell. Capoue, with nice bleached blonde hair, plays it forward to Moreno. Poor touch, and it allows Rudiger to take over and win the ball back and be fouled by Moreno as he tries to regain possession from the German. Had a really good end to the season, Antonio Rudiger, after being brought back into the frame by Thomas Tuchel when he arrived after the sacking of Frank Lampard, who kind of lost his trust in Rudiger a little bit, was causing a few issues in the dressing room, but he's become a new player under Tuchel. Did unfortunately injure De Bruyne in the Champions League final, which was a big blow for City at the time because there's still a big chunk of the game left to play. Havertz on the halfway line, again just dropping deep for the ball. He's done it a few times now, and down the line it goes to Werner, offering the ball to Juan Foyth, and he'll take it. Good defending from the right back. Poor ball though, falls back to Havertz. Alonso, caught late by Moreno. Yes he is, says the referee. Spaniard on Spaniard. And Chelsea win the foul. Just caught the top of Alonso's foot. Gerard Moreno disagrees with the decision, but I think he just caught him. Yeah, Alonso just got the ball, just got ahead of him to the ball, and as Moreno's foot is going towards the ball, it's gone obviously past the ball and stamped right on his foot. It's a naughty one. Can't have any complaints really. Obvious foul, and we're back underway with Chelsea in possession. I think that'll be the game for the majority. Chelsea dictating possession. And again, I talked about transfers. Where's the future of Kurt Zouma? Linked with West Ham and involved maybe in a move for Jules Koundé of Sevilla in a swap deal. We'll have to see how that plays out. Still a long bit of the transfer window to go. About 20 days. Havertz giving a free drifting roll, I think, because he's now on the right-hand side. Chalobah. Back we go again to N'Golo Kante picking up multiple man of the match awards at the back end of the Champions League season. Got the one in the Champions League final. I think he got both in the semi-final as well when they played Real Madrid. Kovacic, ball over the top towards the byline. Hudson-Odoi volleys it across. It's cut out by Pau Torres. Good defending by the Spaniard, and it just bounces for a throw-in right next to that corner flag. Big props though to Pau Torres. Competing in the Euros as the starting centre-back alongside Aymeric Laporte. Played every minute in the Olympics, which only ended last week, and Spain did get to the final. Were beaten by Brazil, unfortunately for Pau Torres. But he's back for Villarreal quickly, and he'll be having his holiday after this game because he wanted to feature in this one. He was also linked to Manchester United in the summer. It looks like they've gone for Varane instead. Rudiger slips the ball through and in behind for Alonso. Oh, goes across, and how's no one there? Pedraza has just had to kick it behind for a corner. Beautiful defence-splitting pass by Rudiger to find Alonso in behind. Got beyond the number 21 for Villarreal. And he got it right across. Ziyech wasn't ready. And he is ready, though, this time to take the corner. It'll be a left-footed in-swinging ball. Rudiger's fallen in the area, but goes towards the back post. Werner, great save by Asenjo. Headed away by Trigoros. Hudson-Odoi's on it. Slips. Invites pressure. He keeps it, though. Great midfield work there from Hudson-Odoi. That's a great save by Asenjo. Werner just poked a foot out and got it towards goal with a bit of venom and a bit of pace. And it worked the goalkeeper. Kante. Chalobah halfway inside the Villarreal half. Hudson-Odoi sees a chance for a cross. Hits his own man Havertz. Thankfully for Chelsea, it'll fall back to Kante so they can keep possession. Havertz. Chalobah making his senior debut. First ever appearance for the first team with Chelsea. Trevor Chalobah spent last season out on loan at FC Lorient in France. Racking up 30 appearances alongside 2 goals for the centre-half. Chelsea keeping possession. Still, with Kante. Given the captain's armband, obviously a lot of first-team players for Chelsea only making the bench after returning from international duty during the summer. And here he is again, Kante, who obviously arrived a bit earlier due to France not proceeding past Switzerland in the round of 16 of the European Championship. But they're in the final third. Hudson-Odoi, edge of the box towards Kovacic, a bit too far ahead of him, but he wins it back off Balai Dia of Villarreal. When they win it back, Villarreal, they need to try and keep it, but they're a little bit hesitant on the ball, and they've worked it back to Hudson-Odoi again on the right-hand side. 1-on-1 with Moreno, goes on the outside, tries a cross, too heavy, and it will go all the way through for a throw-in on the opposite side. Mind you, if you're doing that, it's fine. It's what I do on this channel. If you're new, please subscribe. There'll be loads more commentary during the season. So no problem at all. There's Kovacic and Alonso nearly getting in each other's way, but Kovacic is the one who takes over. And then he tries to spray it towards Alonso. Oh, great touch down to Havertz. Flicks it back into Alonso. Great play from the Spanish wing-back. Goes across to Kante. It's now with Havertz. Looks for a cross. It goes all the way through. Blocked off again by Pau Torres to Gerard Moreno. Too slow on the ball. Kante picks it up and decides to shoot. It's just wide from the Chelsea captain for tonight's game. He's asking for a corner. I'm not sure he'll get it. Great pressing from Kante. Closing down Gerard Moreno straight away. And winning it back and driving forward and seeing a gap for a shot. Takes it on. Gets it through a massive gap. Right through the Villarreal defence. And as he strikes it, there's no deflections on any outfield players. And Asenjo, I think, just got a touch. Should be a corner. Not sure if it was given. It wasn't. It was a goal kick. And under 10 minutes played, Chelsea are right on top with Foyth. Pressured by Havertz. Finds a nice ball across to Pau Torres in the end. Villarreal adventure into the Chelsea half with Alberto Moreno. Not many options, but he looks for a ball over the top, and he finds the running Pedraza, tries to get a ball across, can't manage to keep the ball in, and out for a goal kick it goes. Good run though in behind, maybe an offside. He's met with a round of applause by Unai Emery. Chelsea try and play out from the back, but they passed it out for a corner. Had Hudson-Odoi tried to play it back to Chalobah, and it was misplaced. And he passed it out for a corner. It was Hudson-Odoi's fault, that. Wasn't placed well enough. First real chance for Villarreal will be Manu Trigueros to whip in this ball. It'll be an in-swinger on his right foot. Looks like they're flooding the 6-yard area. Villarreal. Referee blows his whistle. The cross comes in. It's a dangerous one. It's flicked on towards the far post. Well, Albio will swing and not hit the ball. He swings mid-air. You just keep it alive, though, as he chased down the ball. The opposite corner flag. Gets the crossing himself. Headed away by Kurt Zuma. Helped back in, though. And it's a chance here for Villarreal. Good header again by Zuma to deal with the ball. And a massive volley away by Alonso to relieve the pressure for Chelsea. As Villarreal came forward there. Villarreal and Real Albio looking to volley that. Completely hit the ball. Well, didn't hit it at all. It's number 8 with the throw-in. Juan Foyth. Capoue. 2 former Spurs players linking up. As Foyth volleys it down the line, and it's a throw-in for Chelsea. Struggling to get their foot on the ball here, Villarreal. Alonso throws it to Kante, back into Alonso first time, and he sends it down the line and over the top for Werner to give chase. Asenjo will get there in the full pink away goalkeeper kit for Villarreal and clears it only as far as Havertz, who brings it in and keeps it in very nicely. Hooks it towards Kante, can't bring it down, picked up by Dia and sent to Alberto Moreno, who will charge forward in the Villarreal midfield. He's got the run of Pedraza, can't get there ahead of Hudson-Odoi. He's clipped by the Villarreal fullback and he wins a free kick there, Hudson-Odoi, to stop any dangerous attack for Villarreal. Good defending there from Hudson-Odoi. We know he's usually a winger and likes getting forward, and that wing-back role does allow him to do that. As Unai Emery was very, very disappointed with the foul given away there, but it will be to the delight of the German Thomas Tuchel. Both managers formerly central defenders, so both teams will be very well drilled defensively, as the Villarreal defence will be tested here, but they've dealt with the challenge well as Werner's ball back to Ziyech on the edges, cut out by Etienne Capoue. And he takes on Ziyech. Capoue, great skill, and kicks it off of Hudson-Odoi's arm for a free kick for the team in all yellow. The Yellow Submarines, Villarreal. Like I said before, Capoue is very easy to notice here. Bleached his hair. White it looks. I'm not even sure I'll count that as blonde. Like a vanilla scoop on his head. The colour of his hair. As Pau Torres comes forward out of the defence, and here it is with Moreno. Ball forward. Dangerous for Villarreal. Lose out though, after the number 24 loses out on the ball. The full-back Pedraza. He looks like he does like to get forward. The left back, but he loses out, and Chelsea can break forward on their left-hand side with Rudiger finding their Spanish left back, or left wing back for today. Alonso. We're in the Chelsea half with Mateo Kovacic, who also was knocked out like France and his midfield partner Kante in the round of 16 by Spain. Got it back to 3-3 in a dramatic game. Ended up getting beaten extra time 5-3 in the end. Rudiger also knocked out in the round of 16. A lot of round of 16 departures in the Chelsea squad. Marcos Alonso, who didn't make the squad for Spain. Marcos Alonso, formerly of Bolton for 3 years. Alonso. Ziyech can't replay the ball into Kante, and Villarreal can break with Moreno finding Alberto Moreno, and he's found down the line to Dia, the new signing, the Senegalese striker, on the left, cutting in, on the edge, holding it up and playing it across. Nice ball. crossed in. Poor ball in the end. I think that was by Pino. It can be dealt with by Hudson-Odoi on the far side. Kante. Hudson-Odoi. Back inside to Kante. Great play from Chelsea. And across it goes. Unbelievable work. So calm and composed to break away from the pressure on the right and find new spaces on the left-hand side. With Kovacic on the ball. He's never beaten Villarreal in his 3 appearances against them previously against for Real Madrid when he was there. Mateo Kovacic drawn twice and lost once when coming on against Villarreal, if that's starting or on the bench and coming on. So he'd like to get one over them for the first time and to win some silverware. Rudiger sees the switch onto Hudson-Odoi, who's adventured into the Villarreal half, and he finds him. Great touch by Hudson-Odoi as well. Goes inside to Kante. Back into Hudson-Odoi, makes an overlapping run. Uses it as a decoy to find some more space. Hudson-Odoi. Now Kovacic. Across to Rudiger. Pushing up here Chelsea. Squeezing the pitch and making it as tight as possible and trying to get some room as Kovacic slips but recovers. Gerard Moreno can't nick the ball away. Villarreal. I did forget those 2 Morenos. So the one number 18 is Alberto and number 7 is Gerard Moreno, who's signed a 7-year contract I think yesterday or 2 days ago for Villarreal. The man who scored 30 last year. That's a great new contract extension for Villarreal. But instead of showing his attacking skills, he's going to have to probably do more defensive work tonight against Chelsea as they still come forward and work the space and playing it around in the Villarreal half. And it's now back with Hudson-Odoi, 1-on-1 with Pedraza, giving a few step overs and playing it to Kante. Just over 16 minutes in, Chelsea with the majority of the ball and one clear chance from Werner around 10 minutes ago, who got a shot away at Asenjo, but it was a great save as Alonso, again, great touch to bring it down. Finds Werner, who tries to take on Pino, but as he tries to take him on, he deflects off the Villarreal winger and then back on to Werner, who then touched it out for a throw-in. So good defending by Yeremy Pino. The 18-year-old made his debut last year, senior debut at the age of 18. Did make the bench in some friendlies for Spain, or well, one bench appearance for Spain in 2021, so obviously his potential can be seen by others, not just Villarreal, as they lose it here with a throw-in. Gerard Moreno couldn't hold the ball up, and Chelsea could come right back at the Europa League winners of last year, beating Arsenal in the semi-finals, and then Manchester United in the final, scoring every single one of their 11 penalties in that penalty shootout final. Chalobah making his senior debut. Flicks into Hudson-Odoi. Ziyech tackled, falls to Hudson-Odoi, who's then clipped late. To the disgust and the disappointment of the Villarreal fans who don't think that's a foul. The referee gives it. Dangerous in the final third on the right hand side, so it's a great crossing opportunity. Ziyech got tackled and the touch just fell to Hudson-Odoi, and he tried to touch it past Pedraza. He didn't get there ahead of Hudson-Odoi, clipped him instead, took him down. Free kick given, I think rightly so as well, and they've got 2 options of a left-footed in-swinger of Ziyech or a right-footed out-swinger of Hudson-Odoi, the man who won the free kick. And could we see first blood in this Super Cup final? It's Chelsea's second in 3 seasons. Their last one in 2019 against Liverpool, where they were beaten on penalties. Tammy Abraham missing the deciding penalty to give Liverpool that trophy. Adrian, the hero that night. Don't want to get their hands back on the trophy the first time since '98 when they beat Real Madrid. Gus Poyet with the only goal in that one. Referee stops it here, just telling everyone to keep their hands to themselves. A little bit of pushing and shoving in the box. Who will it be? Ziyech or Hudson-Odoi? Hudson-Odoi leaves it. So it'll be Ziyech to get the cross in, cut out by Gerard Moreno. Straight back to Ziyech, who keeps it alive. 1-on-1 with Villarreal's new signing, Dia. Hudson-Odoi slips it into Trigueros, but Chelsea continue here. Ball across, and it's an easy catch in the 6-yard area by Sergio Asenjo, and the pressure can be relieved by the goalkeeper, who is himself a 3-time Europa League winner. Won it in 2009, in the 2009-2010 season, and the 2011-2012 season with Atletico Madrid. Then last year with Villarreal. Only made the one appearance though, I think in the round of 32 in one of the legs, or round of 16, because their main keeper last year for the Europa League was Geronimo Rulli, formerly of Manchester City for a year in 2016-17, didn't make an appearance, was sent out on loan and then sold. He was a Europa League goalkeeper last year, is Capoue, is tripped on the halfway line on the right-hand side, I think by Marcus Alonso. Wins a free kick, and it was fortunate he did win a free kick there, because I think that was a bit soft and he could have broke away there. Chelsea on the left, they had men over. It's back underway with Chagreas. Inside, nice touch by Gerard Moreno to get fair first and win the free kick against Antonio Rudiger. The chance was there to be for play to carry on there, with Yeremy Pino picking up the ball after the foul and got in behind, but the referee blew for the free kick as Gerard Moreno just nipped in ahead of Rudiger, and as he got there first, he was clipped by the German, and a rightly again given free kick. The referee making all the right decisions so far, maybe even if the players do disagree with his decisions. So free kick Villarreal, very far out, but it's a great chance to clip in a ball into the box here for a cross. Number 14, Manu Chagreas, is over it. So is the left-footed Alberto Moreno. High line from Chelsea. About 10 yards above 18-yard area. Crossed in by Chagreas. Header loops in the sky by Zuma to the right-back area where Havertz has got some defending to do. Tries to hook it away. Not convincing. Capoue and Alonso will go for the headed challenge, and it'll be Alonso to come out as the winner. And they can break now with the ball being worked to Hudson-Odoi. Inside to Kante. Just has to nip there ahead of the number 21, Pino. And the referee thinks that Pino got the last touch. And it'll be a throw-in for Chelsea on the right-hand side. It's Unai Emery, yet to win the Super Cup. Been involved twice with Sevilla, not winning. He's got 4 Europa Leagues himself. Unai Emery, coming up to the age of 50 in November. Alonso through to Werner. Nice little gap found. He's in behind towards the byline. No, it didn't come off. Real Albio lost. He ran it out of play himself. And it'd be a goal kick. Again, nice balls by Chelsea being found in behind and through these gaps between the full-back and centre-back. And yeah, Werner did get the last touch. Yeah, just ran out of touch. Chased all the way by Raul Albio, the experienced centre-back. Signed from Napoli a couple seasons ago. Moreno in the left-back area for now. Let's go back to Pau Torres. Sees a switch. It's a poor ball. Falls to Havertz on the edge. Plays it through to Kante. Gets there, but has to hold it up because the angle's been closed down. Ziyech swings it in. Headed away by Juan Foyth, the right back. And can be brought away. No, it can't, because Pino slips, the Villarreal winger. And it's now with Kovacic as Villarreal do recover and get men back. But they've got defending to do with Alonso. Trying to adventure down the left. He gets brought down. Play continues. I think it would have been a foul, and will that be a foul as he gets tripped? Yes, it will. I'm not sure what's been given there. Has it been offside? Or was it a free kick? I think he's given a free kick there as Alonso was fouled a few times as he tried to take on Yeremy Pino. Again, only the age of 18 and being given so much trust now. 38th appearance for Villarreal. The age of 18. Yeah, free kick on the left, won by Alonso, rightly so. He was nibbled at a few times by the inexperienced Villarreal winger. And it's on the left-hand side, so Hudson-Odoi probably will be favourite to swing this ball in. Zuma's in there. He scored a few headers last year. Rudiger's also there. Havertz, who's got a bit of height to him. But Ziyech to cross towards the far post, headed away to the edge to Alonso. Back out to Ziyech again. Clips it in. Floats towards the far post. Chalobah brings it down and tries to attempt a ball across goal, and it's deflected off a Villarreal man and out for a corner. Nice play from the 22-year-old making his senior debut. Found himself free at the far post. Brought it down and did his best to try and play the ball across, but it was very good defending by Pau Torres. Nothing Trevor Chalobah did wrong, and it'll be a chance for another cross in the box for Chelsea. Not really made the most of these attempted crosses so far, and that's even worse from Hudson-Odoi. Doesn't even beat the first man of Chagreas of Villarreal. And it'll be a throw-in for Chelsea, taken by number 3, Marcus Alonso. Spent 11 years of his career, early career, at Real Madrid, 1999 to 2010, before a move to Bolton, where he spent some years in the Premier League. winning the Premier League eventually with Chelsea. One of Antonio Conte's signing to deploy the fight with the back system when he came over to England. Antonio Conte, currently clubless after leaving Inter Milan. Kovacic, ball in behind, Hudson-Odoi. Again, great touch, brings it down on the byline. Cuts inside and has to play it back to Ziyech as there's no room for him to do anything himself. Here's the Moroccan. Tries to go on the outside of Pedreza. Has to be just touched out of play by the Villarreal left back for a corner. That's the best he could do to avoid any certain danger that can be caused by Ziyech, because we know he's got the quality to do so. Scored 2 goals last year in the Champions League. One of them was in the second leg against Atletico Madrid in the round of 16. Crosses it in towards Werner at the far post. Over his head, too much on it. Swings out for a goal kick for Villarreal. We've got to play Atletico Madrid in their 3rd game of the La Liga season. They've got Granada, then Espanyol, and then against Diego Simeone's men. With Chelsea playing Crystal Palace at home on Saturday for their first game of the season. Chelsea haven't had to travel too far. Only had to travel to Windsor Park in Belfast, Northern Ireland. It's a very small but a very nice ground. I do like it. Holds 18,500. I think about 2,000 tickets were given to Chelsea fans. Last year's final was in Budapest. Poor kick from Asenjo. Straight to Trevor Chalobah. He found himself in an advanced position. Now Hudson-Odoi. Gap through. Werner slips. A lot of play slipping. Can't bring the ball down. He stays down, Werner. That slip might have caused him extra damage, as extra damage can't be caused from Villarreal in terms of attacking at Chelsea because Kovacic has won it back. Werner's back on his feet as Havertz has been fed on the left-hand side. Gets to the cross. Left by Havertz and finished off by Ziyech. Unmarked in the box. Great play from Werner, who just about was able to get to his feet in time to join the attack. And as the ball was put in by Havertz, it was left by Werner to a Moroccan free in the box to the name of Hakim Ziyech. We mentioned just before how he scored a vital goal against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League last year in the round of 16. He struck again against Spanish opposition, this time in the Super Cup final, to make it 1-0, like he did in that game against Atletico Madrid. The providers, Havertz, the finishers, Ziyech. And it's Chelsea who take a well-deserved lead in Belfast tonight. Chelsea 1, Villarreal 0. Great play from Havertz to pull it back and to find Ziyech and put it right into his path where he can just run onto it and guide it home nicely. Thomas Tuchel is delighted. Unai Emery very, very frustrated. Very frustrated and animated on the sidelines. Thomas Tuchel won't care because his team have got the lead. Great play from Hakim Ziyech. 7th goal for Chelsea in his 40th appearance as Villarreal's forward here. Men over, played across. Pino tries to square it, blocked by Alonso. Is it by his hand? Maybe not. Cleared by Chelsea. Looks like Capoue. Across to, I think that's Moreno with a wild strike. Yep, wide and over the bar by Alberto Moreno, and a goal kick for Chelsea as we're just entering the 28th minute. Let's have a look. Pulled back by Pino. Blocked by Alonso, but nothing by his hand. And Chelsea survive. Ziyech has given them the lead and he tries to bring this ball down. It's a lifted ball, can't quite deal with it. It's Pau Torres. Tergueros caught out in possession carelessly, and Kovacic can bring it away. Havertz is over here on the left, feeds it to him. Poor ball just behind him, has to let it come across him. He's got Alonso in support, feeds it to him. Can't find a cross, has to play it back into Havertz, and the chance just kind of pieces out a little bit. But they'll try again on the right-hand side of Trevor Chalobah. Give him a chance to run forward, the number 14. Hudson-Odoi, back to Chalobah. Werner does seem to be okay after that slip on the ball. He obviously was okay enough to join the attack. Didn't really get involved in the attack in terms of touching the ball, but did create a lot of space for Ziyech to get free, dragging out a defender to the near post. Rudiger, he's done this switch a few times, Hudson-Odoi. This time it doesn't work, cut out by Pedraza. Well, as far as Chalobah tries to play it back into Hudson-Odoi, and he does find the youngster. Nicely done by Chelsea on the right. Across it goes to Kovacic. Laid up to Havertz. sees that gap again, trying to find it with Alonso in behind. This time it doesn't work, not quite on the same wavelength. Out it goes for a goal kick, but good ideas from Havertz. He looks like a new player since Tuchel's come in. New breed of confidence, and he's started the season with an assist. Hit into the ground by Ziyech, not the cleanest of finishes. A little bit scruffy, but he got in the back of the net, and that's all he'll care about. Strong tackle from Zuma. Play continues as the tackle falls to Trigueros. He sets away. Pedraza on the left for Villarreal. It goes across to Pino, who hits it first time. It's deflected, and it's an easy catch in the end for Edouard Mendy. He distributes quickly to Hudson-Odoi in the right wing-back position. 45th appearance for Chelsea. Mendy, you want his 26th clean sheet if possible. The 29-year-old. Real Madrid star Ferland Mendy, the French left-back, is his cousin. Had to knock him out of the Champions League in the semi-final phase. Chelsea throwing ears. Gerard Moreno couldn't keep the ball in play for Villarreal. Like I said in the pre-match paragraph that I write, Villarreal struggled in the league last year, finished 7th, and in Spain usually that's no European football. Never mind Champions League, just in general Europa League. You don't get into it. So the fact they won the Europa League was actually a big deal, because that means they were guaranteed European football for this season, and it probably kept a lot of their players at the club, because there would have been teams looking at certain players like Gerard Moreno, because when you score 30 goals in all competitions in the season, you're going to be looked at by some of the big clubs. But Chelsea continue to get forward. They win another throw in here on the left hand side, just halfway into the Villarreal half, as they've had a lot of defending to do, the Spanish side. But they are usually well drilled. Ball won back by Villarreal. Foyth, usually a centre back. He's having to play it right back today, ahead of club captain Mario Gaspar, who's on the bench. The one-man club player, Mario Gaspar. And also playing ahead of Ruben Pena, who's also a right back as well, 30 years of age. Joined in 2019 from Eibar. The backup right back. They've got a few right backs on their books, haven't they, Villarreal? 2 on the bench and then 1 playing today. So they do try and get forward Trigueros. Moreno, good 1-2, Trigueros. Across it goes to Foyth. Nice play from Villarreal. Again, they've got a chance to maybe score here. Ball through. Dia in the box. Gets the finish away, but it's a great save by Mendy. Scuffed away by Kante. Only as far as Moreno. Down the line to Pedraza. Across. Good interception by Chalobah. Back to Pedraza, who then puts it across again, but it goes all the way through. Tried to be kept alive, though, by Pino. I got it right first time, but couldn't quite keep it in play, and a throw in for Chelsea. Positive play, though. Great ball from Foyth. In behind for Dia to try and get his first goal on his debut for Villarreal. Did all he could, really. Tried to hit it hard and low beyond Mendy, but he made himself big. And he made the save. Havertz. Werner will give chase to that one. Albio's got to deal with this, and he can only hook it out for a throw-in. And it pushes Chelsea right up the pitch towards the final third here. Alonso with it, looking for the movement and the options. Everyone's very tightly marked. Throws it back in the end to Antonio Rudiger, number 2. Played all minutes of the last 9 Champions League games of the season for Chelsea. That includes the last 16 games, quarter-finals, semi-finals, and the final itself. Hudson-Odoi, halfway line, has to go back to Trevor Chalobah. I'm going to call him Chalobah, I think, from now on. Chalobah, I'll just call him Chalobah. Been at the club since 2007, age of 8, and he gets his senior debut in 2021. Here's Alonso. Cross. Dealt with. Villarreal can play it out from the back now on the edge of their box. Cut out, though, by Alonso from Trigueros. Ziyech, he pulls it across. And Alonso with a nice, tidy shot at goal, but it's a nice, tidy save by Asenjo. And a corner for Chelsea as Ziyech tries to take on the right back. Great play again. Ziyech turning provider there after being the goal scorer. Pretty much putting an identical pullback in like Havertz, but this time he found Alonso, who swept the ball in towards the near post with his left foot, nearly catching out the goalkeeper, but he was down low quickly to his right to stop Chelsea doubling their lead. And Unai Emery is fuming with his Villarreal team at the minute, clearly not defending the way he wants them to. As the corner being taken quickly short, Ziyech, edge of the box, Alonso, brought down by the striker Dia. And a free kick right on the edge of the box. Dangerous chance here for Chelsea. Came close. Baule Dia, the striker, forced that great save from Mendy, and now he might be turning from possible hero to possible villain. Nearly scoring and now nearly giving a goal away with his free kick. It's on the edge of the box, far left-hand side, so it'll be difficult to work a shot from this angle. So they might just cross this in and see if they can get a header on this or a touch towards goal. Ziyech is the man looking like he's going to put an in-swinging cross in. Two-man war for Villarreal. So I'm not expecting a shot at goal from the free kick. Ziyech swings it in. Great ball met by Zuma over the bar. Oh, got his right foot onto the ball. Couldn't direct it into the back of the net. Great ball in from Ziyech, and from 5 yards out, he got away from his man, Pau Torres, and was stretching for it, and his boot could only send the ball high sky into the Belfast skies. And it'll be a goal kick for Villarreal. Close though for Zuma. Very close. Unlucky from the centre-back. Did well to get a foot on it. Had to stretch for it. As Villarreal play out from the back with Pau Torres in the 18-yard box. It's Alberto Moreno. Heavy touch. Throw in for Chelsea. Couldn't take it under control, Moreno, and that will not help the nerves and the anger of Unai Emery, who's already fuming at his team. Chalobah also runs out of room. Villarreal throw in on the right-hand side. Pressured well by Alberto Moreno. Doing his job to get the ball back into Villarreal possession. It's in their own halves with Etienne Capoue. Ball across to Foyth, the right back, who takes it down nicely on the chest. Gets beyond Ziyech. Finds Jeremy Pino, who's also been forced back to Raul Albio. Contract running out at the end of the year for the 35-year-old. So many years of football he has left. It's Pau Torres. Moreno. That's Alberto Moreno. Pass cut out by Zuma. It's now with the French centre-back. Finds the French midfielder of Kante. Kovacic. Bundled to the ground. It's going to be a free kick to Villarreal as Kovacic handled it because he thought he was fouled. So he stopped the ball with his hands, thinking he was brought down and fouled by Baule Dia, the striker. The referee didn't think so. Let's have a look. Picked up from Kante. Yeah, just shoulder barge to the ground there. Fair challenge from the striker. Rightly giving free kick the opposite way for handball. He's done well so far, Sergei Karasev, the Russian referee. Made pretty much every decision the right one. Villarreal have it with Pau Torres. Charges forward from centre-back. Chips the ball in. In behind, Trigoras was near it. Alonso just about deals with it towards the byline and forces it out for a corner. Trigoras was in the box looking for the cross, and it was dealt with in the end by Marcus Alonso, who's had a great game himself. Extra depth now at left wing back for Chelsea. They've got Alonso, Emerson, who had a fantastic Euros when called upon for Italy, played in the final, and then obviously Ben Chilwell as well, who unfortunately didn't make an appearance in the Euros. Was unlucky to be struck with that self-isolation due to being in contact with Billy Gilmour as the corner's gone in. Headed away by Antonio Rudiger, all the way towards the halfway line where Jeremy Pino picks it up for Villarreal. Number 24, Pedraza. But the play's been stopped here as Ziyech is on the ground holding his shoulder. I'm not quite sure what happened because it was Rudiger to head it away. Mendy's just seeing how his teammate is. The goal scorer to make it 1-0 is just down with 6 minutes to go of the half. The medical staff were on. They'd have to show us a replay because I didn't quite see what happened to the former Ajax man. Not quite showing us yet. I presume he may have gone for the ball as well. thinking he could win it. Let's have a look. He's tracking his runner. Maybe his shoulder just put out of place there. He was marking Foyth, and he's just backed right into... He's just backed into and jumped at the same time into Ziyech's shoulder. So I don't know if it's just maybe pushed it out of place or just bruised it or dislocated it. It doesn't look like it's been dislocated. It might have been a funny knock on it as Foyth's back's kind of jumped and then backed into him quite hard. Not quite sure. Must be a sore one because he looks in a lot of stress, the goal scorer. Christian Pulisic is getting ready just in case. Captain America. Played just over 25 minutes in the final. Pulisic wasn't named in the starting 11, but it looks like he could be off the bench again to fill in for the injured Ziyech. As they're giving him, looks like a bit of an inhaler there, so a lot of pain he must be in, Hakim Ziyech, doing his defensive duties, and in the end it wasn't even him who had to head the ball away. Well, they're showing the Chelsea bench. Look at it. Reece James, Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, Christensen, who's been so good last season. I really, really like Christensen, the centre-back. I think he's unbelievable. After a slow start under Frank Lampard, he really took off last year and had great Euros. Ben Chilwell's on the bench. Jorginho, the the Euro winner for Italy and one of Chelsea's captains. Mason Mount as well. Abraham, who might even be sold because they've got too much power up front. Crazy for Chelsea. We talk about Manchester City's depth, but Chelsea's is something to be frightened by. Yeah, I think he won't continue here. Ziyech, comforted by his teammates. Likes of Kante, Rudiger, Chalobah, Hudson-Odoi making sure he's okay. It didn't seem that serious of a knock or an injury when you watch it, but obviously, we can't experience the pain he's gone through. We can't simulate it ourselves. But obviously, it must have been more than what from what the camera's shown. Yeah, it might be a dislocated shoulder or maybe an elbow injury. He's kind of being told he's being told to hold his arm in like a cast. When you can create a cast with your shirt like that. Can you see that? Yeah, well, like that. Yeah, he's having to do that, and he's walking off very gingerly. Very, very unlucky for the Moroccan. He put Chelsea in the lead 27 minutes in after being plated up with the chance by Kai Havertz, and he's going to be walked off by medical staff and met with a nice warm round of applause as he walks past the Chelsea travelling supporters. He will be replaced by the American Christian Pulisic, who did score in the first leg in the semi-final against Real Madrid in the Champions League last year. So he's going to have to come on and impress, because opportunities this season might be slim for certain players as their attacking power with the addition of Romelu Lukaku means some players may be unhappy with their playing time, so they've got to impress to make sure they're guaranteed in the team week in, week out. So Ziyech is off, first substitution of the game, and we're back underway with Villarreal as they were on the ball before the referee stopped it, so Ziyech could be seen ASAP. He's in the Villarreal half with Foyth, the man who injured Ziyech. Didn't mean to have injured him, but it's happened. It always happens in football, injuries, meaningful or not. Albio over to Trigoros, who's drifted to the right hand side. Sees a gap in behind for Pino. We'll try and get there ahead of Rudiger, who's put in a very strong challenge. He definitely won the ball first, but then heavily took out the man, and that might be a free kick there. We know Rudiger has a history of doing dirty challenges, but that time he genuinely did win the ball first, but then did take out the man right on the edge of the box on the right hand side. Emery is fuming. There's definitely arguments for both cases, but because you look at it first, and Rudiger takes the ball very cleanly, but then swipes out the youngster, the 18-year-old Yeremy Pino. Sorry. So I think he's given a free kick, and he will give a yellow card here for the German. He's astounded by the decision. I'm more leaning towards Rudiger. I don't really like him as a player too much. I think he's a bit dirty. But he won the... Oh, actually, to be fair, he's won the ball, and then that left boot's very high. It's a mix. It depends how you see it. He won the ball cleanly, but then that left foot was quite high. think that's just interpretation when you see it. For me, after seeing it, I probably give a free kick. I won't give a yellow because he did win the ball very cleanly. But that follow through, that left boot was quite high. So it's just it is swings and roundabouts there. But the free kick has been given on the edge and a yellow card by the referee. He's been good all game, so I'm not gonna question his decision because you'll probably know better than me. As Thomas Tuchel's also been booked there, obviously not happy with the decision made, and he's been booked. So 2 Germans booked back to back. Both centre backs as well. Obviously Tuchel centre back in his playing days. Rudiger currently centre back now. 3 minutes of added on time. After a very eventful first half, I'd like to say. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. It's silverware at the end of the day. It's European silverware, and why wouldn't you want to win this competition? So yeah, it's just on the right hand side. It's an angled ball, so cross more than likely, but a shot could be viable if it goes all the way through the sea of bodies in the box. Trigueros and Moreno's over it. It's going to be the left-footed Moreno. No, he jumps over it and crossed in by Trigueros. So poor. First man it hits, and it's Kovacic heads away, throwing for Villarreal in the Chelsea half. As we've played 50 seconds of the 3 minutes added on. It's been all Chelsea for the majority of this first half, but Villarreal have stuck in the game. It's only 1-0. It's been thrown back to Raul Albio of Villarreal. Obviously in the Europa League there's an extra knockout stage of the round of 32 where Villarreal played RB Salzburg and then an adventure on into Ukraine to play Dynamo Kiev in the round of 16 and then played Dynamo Zagreb in the last 8, team who knocked out Spurs, and then it was Arsenal, then Manchester United to finish it off. So they've still got it in their own half. 90 seconds left to go of the half. Trigueros back into Foyth. Here's Raul Albio, part of that Spain squad that won the World Cup in 2010. Don't think he played a game, but he was named in that squad. That was at a time where he was a Real Madrid player. Again, just settling on the ball here. Chelsea just letting Villarreal knock it about. Probably just trying to see the game out till half time, going at 1-0. Pino. Nice ball inside to Moreno. Just about shifts it back to Trigueros. Moreno again. Pino. Right hand side. 1-on-1 with Alonso. Tries to take him and Kovacic on. Can't quite do so. Sandwiched by the team in blue. And they win it back fairly. And Kante sends it forward. Werner can't get there ahead of Albio. Headed forward towards Moreno. Kante wins it though against him. What a header by Kante. Pulisic plays it into Alonso. Just about slides in and keeps it from going out of play and sending it far further down the line. And meaning Villarreal have to have the throw in a bit further back into their own half. 20 seconds left. Asenjo plays it forward into the number 4, Pau Torres, who did score the 10th Villarreal penalty in that penalty shootout against United before it went to the keepers. It's now Foyth the right back. Marauds forward, touching to Pino, takes over. Back to Trigueros. Pino again, great play here. Through to Gerard Moreno in the box. Alonso doesn't commit the foul and chips it all the way through to Alberto Moreno off the bar. Zuma heads away and Alonso takes the touch. They're showing a face of Moreno, put back in by Villarreal, on the edge to Moreno, who's just hit the bar, plays it across, and it's dragged shot in the end by Pedraza, and I think that'll be half time in the Super Cup final. Great ball all the way. Hudson-Odoi lost Moreno after he was dragged in by Pedraza, and that left space for Moreno to come in at the back post, 6 yards out, hits the underside of the bar, bounces in front of that white line and not behind it. And it means Villarreal end the half on a great chance, but not being able to equalise. And that is half time. Chelsea 1, Villarreal 0, but they should have equalised there at the end through Moreno, but he hit the bar. What a chance. Great additional time spell there for Villarreal in the last 3 minutes. Should have nicked a goal there. What a chance. Hudson-Odoi just got dragged in by Pedraza, and it meant Moreno was at the far post unmarked. I'm not sure where Trevor Chalobah was in that whole situation, but got his foot over the ball and his body over the ball nicely, but just hit it too hard. Slammed the crossbar Mendy had no chance in the Chelsea goal, and that should have been put in by Alberto Moreno. He's yet to score for Villarreal, and that would have been a great time to score for Unai Emery, but not to be. Chelsea do go in, probably deservedly so, dominating that first half, especially the first, half an hour. But Villarreal, just during the half, got shots away, 6 shots to 5. Werner had the first chance of the game, around 10 minutes or so in, where there was a cross put in from a corner. He just about got a toe out to it and directed it towards goal, and it did force a save from Asenjo. Not to be, though, for Werner yet. And then a bit later on, Balodia of Villarreal had a chance, and he put it right at Mendy. And then Hakim Ziyech, 27th minute, he's had to be substituted. It looks like he's picked up a bit of a shoulder or an elbow injury. He got on the end of a pullback from Havertz, scuffed the shot, but he got beyond the goalkeeper, and that gave Chelsea a lead. Then after the half an hour mark, it became a bit more even. And then right towards the end of the half, Villarreal had their chances. The big one there coming at the end with Alberto Moreno. Great ball in, I think it was by Gerard Moreno, so Moreno to Moreno. Alberto, though, couldn't score. If it was the other way around, Alberto Moreno crossing it to Gerard Moreno, the one who scored 30 goals last year, it could have been a different story. But it is half-time. Chelsea 1, Villarreal 0. And it's a great half of football. I've really enjoyed that. Like I said, it's European competition. It's European trophy. Why wouldn't you want to win it? And both teams showing they are up for the challenge of winning this. And Villarreal have matched Chelsea pretty well, defended well. In certain aspects, Unai Emery's not happy with some of the defending, but at the end of the day, they've kept it to only 1-0. So they're still well in the game, and if they can create chances like they did at the end of the half, where they're hitting the crossbar, they could, force this maybe to penalties against Chelsea. I'm not sure if there's any extra time. I don't think there is, but I'll actually have a look. Super. I should really do this before the game, but Super Cup. Put rules. Let's have a look here. So it does say here, I don't know if this is updated, but it does say that there is extra time than penalties. Obviously, with COVID, a lot of competitions usually just scrap the extra time, but I think there is going to be extra time if there is a draw. The last time it was a draw for Chelsea in this competition, they went all the way. It was 1-1 against Liverpool and then 2-2 during extra time. Went to penalties, and unfortunately they lost in the end to Liverpool. Be half time 1-0. I've enjoyed that game. That's great. Football's back. Club football's back. Super commentary. This lad, your research. That's brilliant. What's the next commentary? Thank you. Can't do a Premier League one, unfortunately, because I am busy at the end of this week. I've got results tomorrow. Everyone, wish me luck. Busy. I was going to do Brentford Arsenal on the Friday, but I've got like a meal and then a party afterwards, hopefully. I know, crazy with the parties, so can't do Brentford Arsenal. Saturday I'm out watching my local team, so I'm busy for that. And then Sunday I'm also busy, so can't do that. And there's no games on Monday for the Premier League, so that is a little bit unlucky, but it is what it is, isn't it? I did want to try and do a Premier League game of every match week, but again, it's absolutely fine. So I'm not sure what the next commentary is going to be. I'm not going to lie, I have no idea. You just have to subscribe, notifications on, follow the Instagram as well, football_commentaries. I post when the next commentary is going to be. So if you want to check that out and follow, please do. TikTok's there as well. I don't really post on that though, but if you want to give it a follow, then please do. There is some content out there on that. So yeah, in terms of a commentary, I'm not too sure, to be completely honest. If there's a midweek game next week in any competition, then I'll do that, but I don't think there is. So the next commentary is probably going to be game week number 2 for the Premier League. Obviously, I want to try and do loads of competitions this year. I will be busy because I've got college and hopefully work. So I'm going to be busy, but I want to try and do a Ligue 1 game. I want to do a PSG game with Messi. So I want to do Ligue 1, I want to do Serie A, I want to do Bundesliga, I want to do Premier League, I want to do some FA Cup, Champions League, Europa League. Don't know if I'm missing any. So that's 7 competitions. I just want to try and do as much as I can, if you know what I mean. Because I know I won't probably be able to do commentaries every week, but I always want to try and cover loads of leagues and teams and research different teams. Because doing Premier League every week, you just can't repetitive in the end. So when I have the flexibility of being able to do any game I want, then I'll try and take advantage of that and do loads of different leagues. So, like I said, I don't know exactly what next commentary is going to be because it could be a Bundesliga one, it could be a Liga one, it could be a Premier League one because I would like to start with the Prem. The second game weeks, I could do Liverpool, Burnley, or Brighton versus Watford. That'd be a good one. Brighton versus a bit of a different one, you know what I mean? So that could be the next one. I'm not too sure. I'll let you know. Just keep checking the channel next week. So from Monday next week to the rest of the week, to see if I schedule a commentary, because I do always schedule the commentaries a day or two before, so you will know. So you're just gonna have to, you just have to keep an eye out. Yeah, I don't know why that was held for review. That message. Obviously, I'll let that show. I don't know why that was review. If you're new in, give him a. I don't know why that was held for review. To be honest. Yeah, obviously. Cheers. Yeah, have we gained any in this stream? Let's have a look. Yes, we have gained one, so whoever that was, thank you very much. If you're still in the stream, we're on 591 subscribers now. But yeah, I'm not going to lie, when I was during that commentary, I did feel good in that one. It felt flowing, and I hope that, you can also hear what I'm hearing as well. It felt quite free flowing, which recently it hasn't. I don't know why. I've ended commentaries. I've just been a bit like, ugh, I'm not sure. So yeah, I did Bournemouth. So yeah, I have Championship as well. I've already done Championship. Look at that. I've already done Scottish Premiership. I've already done a Championship one. Now I've got Super Cup. And then the next one might be Premier League, Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, Champions League, Europa. We could do over 10 competitions this year. At least 9. Crazy year. Obviously, we did some Euros. Italy, Spain, we did. Czech Republic versus Denmark. Croatia versus Spain. Italy, Wales. France, Germany as well. The playoff final as well. 2 months ago now. Brentford, Swansea. So we do mix it up. So there's usually a commentary for everyone. And I do notes as well. That's why I don't do one every day. It takes me time. Obviously, they're a lot quicker now because I'm doing typing. Got this head-to-head sheet. So if you think, how does he know so much? It's not because I remember it off the top of my head. I do like have notes here. Got Chelsea lineup 1 here. So I do loads of players. So I also do. So thankfully, yeah, I forgot to mention this. Chelsea announced a 26-man squad that was going to travel to Belfast. Great. That was fantastic. So I know who was going to travel. So I could do notes on all the players who were travelling. And out of the 26, they've got, I think, pick 22 or 23 or however many. So I did all 23. So the players who were included in the squad but didn't make the squad today but travelled is Marcus Bettinelli, who is a new signing from Fulham on loan at Middlesbrough last year. He's just like a third keeper, just in case. Ethan Ampadu, who spent on loan last year at Sheffield United, he travelled but didn't get in the squad. Faustino Anjorin, he made his Premier League debut back in 2012, just before lockdown, the first lockdown. He was 18 years of age there. He's got 5 first-team appearances. He's not in the matchday squad. And Armando Broja, the Albanian 6'3" striker, who was on loan last year at Vitesse in the Netherlands. He bagged 11 goals in 34. He's got 1 senior appearance, same game that Faustino Anjorin made his debut against Everton on the 8th of March 2020. He also didn't make the 23-man squad, unfortunately. And then for Villarreal, they did not say anything. They've been doing pre-season and they must have used about 35 different players, obviously youth players, first-team players and all that. But they didn't say who was travelling. So I had to completely guess it, and thankfully, I think I got everyone already. The only person who I did who wasn't in the squad, I didn't have to add anyone, was the third choice keeper, Philip Jorgensen. That was it. So that made it difficult, but thankfully I got through that and got the right players written down. But yeah, Sevilla just not helping me at all. not even posting the 26-man squad like Chelsea did. It helped me out massively. I was buzzing. I was like, yes, that makes it easy for me. Like I said, just look out for the next commentary because I'm not sure at this minute in time. The second half will be underway in a couple minutes' time now after the 3 minutes I've added on time. I need to change that to second half because I will definitely forget that. Something I always forget, and when I watch my commentary back and listen back, because I do that, whoever you might think that is, I do listen to them back and I just see it. It's first half when we're in the second half. Oh, come on, Zad, just change it. Get the timer ready as well. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this commentary because I very much enjoyed it. I think it's probably the best one so far this season. I know it's only the third one, but you know, you try and do your best for every single one. Can Villarreal bring that end of first half performance into the second half and give Chelsea a bit of a game? They've already had to be forced into a change. Hakim Ziyech injured, replaced by Pulisic. And if he wants to match the work of Ziyech, he'll have to try and score a goal because Ziyech is the only man to score a goal in this game so far. Premier League season is back. Does start in 2 days. Brentford versus Arsenal is the first one. Brentford back in the first division after a long time away. We've got the big one on the Sunday. Tottenham versus Manchester City. Also got a big game on Saturday. There's a big game every day. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Saturday we've got Leeds travelling to Old Trafford to play Manchester United. Another absolutely massive game. It's first game as well. That is quite the game, because to be honest, if I wasn't busy on Saturday, I definitely would have done that game. 12:30 kickoff would have been easy to do, but you know, busy. But yeah, the second half will literally be getting underway hopefully in about a minute's time. Where Villarreal have to score in this second half to force it any further. Chelsea are the ones in control in terms of the scoreline. Can Unai Emery spark another historic performance for Villarreal? There we go. Alonso played that ball down the line. Havertz got on the end of it, pulled it back. Ziyech lost his marker of Pedraza and scuffed the ball into the back of the net. Give Chelsea the lead. Pretty simple goal, pretty easily worked. But there was a bit of argument between Tuchel and Emery in the tunnel. I think it was over that Antonio Rudiger decision. But we're back underway. Wow, that's a great way of doing it. Just cut right back to the game starting. Oh no, they're showing the Rudiger challenge again. God's sake, it looks like it started. The Rudiger challenge, it was a heavy one. It's a tough one. I think people will definitely have mixed decisions. Because if you're Villarreal, you probably think it's a red card. If you're a Chelsea fan, you probably think it's a very clean challenge because he won the ball. But it's just that after, the follow through, it's a difficult one. The decision was given. I've been very happy with the referee's performance. He's got a lot of decisions right, so I'm not gonna question him. He gave it, and that's the decision he gave. But we are going to now get back underway. Villarreal will be the team to kick off. They will be attacking from the right to the left. Chelsea will be going from left to right. And it'll be Villarreal to kick off for us. Don't think there's been any half-time changes if I look correctly. Chelsea haven't. Neither has Villarreal. And we're ready to get back underway with the referee's whistle of Sergei Karasev of Russia. Waiting for the signal from the fourth official, Alexei. Go back off. And here we go. Whistle goes. Villarreal storm forward with Alberto Moreno. Back it goes to Pau Torres. And we're well underway now in the second half with Moreno, Alberto Moreno, leaving it to Pedraza, who goes back to Pau Torres. No real press from Chelsea at the beginning of the half. They're going to let Villarreal just knock it about. It's Raul Albio, Foyth, Trigueros. Down the line. Oh, lets it run nicely. Pino gets on the end of it, tries to play it inside, cut out by Kante, can only kick it out for a corner as he was facing the Chelsea goal, so couldn't position his body to clear it anywhere else other than for a corner. Good play that from Pino, letting it run across his body and skimming Marcus Alonso. So an early corner within the first minute of the half for Villarreal. It's going to be crossing towards the near post, headed away by Havertz, only as far as Pino. Now back to the corner taker. Moreno can't clip it back in, deflected into the sky. Header won though by Foyth, only as far as Kovacic. He tries to play it back, and Chalobah has to deal with it quickly and hurry it away. Slices the clearance. It's a throw in on the left for Villarreal in the Chelsea half. Concentration is key now for Chelsea during the second half while they've got the lead. It's Alfonso Pedraza, the left back, with the throw in. Shows how good of a manager Unai Emery is, converting Alberto Moreno from a left back to a central midfielder. As he gets the throw in, Alberto Moreno can't find Pedraza, but one back from Kante, but then Kante wins it back and plays it back and just about gets to Kurt Zouma. Baladia was trying to get on the end of that. Throw in for Chelsea as Pau Torres heads it out. Oh, he's in a brace there. He is in a brace, Hakim Ziyech. He's not going to be seen by any medical staff yet. But he's been put in like a cast, like brace. And he'll watch on for the second half. He has given Chelsea the lead. There's Chelsea back in possession. Kurt Zouma over to Antonio Rudiger. The last two finals for Chelsea in this competition have ended 2-2 draws and have both ended in defeats on penalties. 2 years ago against Liverpool and then in 2013 against Bayern Munich. Havertz on the edge, decides to strike it and hits the side netting. A little bit out of nowhere, Kai Havertz picking up the ball and driving forward. Kurt Zouma pinged the ball out wide diagonally to Alonso, laid it into Havertz first time and was given space to run into, and he let out a left-footed strike and rippled the side netting. Number 29, Kai Havertz. I do apologise, I've got his number wrong. I've got him as number 27, he's number 29. But yeah, like I said, when they got beat, both times 5-4 as well on penalties, and Tammy Abraham missed against Liverpool, and in that game against Bayern Munich to lose the penalty shootout, a certain Romelu Lukaku missed that day in 2013. He's now returning to the club 8 years later. This is Hudson-Odoi. Pulisic making a run in behind. Doesn't play it to him. He looks to the opposite side as he keeps hold of the ball and then goes back to Zouma, then across to Antonio Rudiger on the halfway line. Again, giving time on the ball to look for a pass. Goes across to N'Golo Kante. Hudson-Odoi looks forward. Pulisic back into Hudson-Odoi. It's now Trevor Chalobah. Kovacic over to Rudiger. Strides forward. Gets beyond one. And a second. A ball through down the line. Havertz lays it into Alonso first time. Can't quite find the Spaniard. Cut out by Pino. Then down the line to Gerard Moreno. Has to hold it up. Clears it off Kovacic. Thrown for Villarreal. Good hold up play by Moreno. He only had ball idea to aim for. Chelsea have a throw in here. Sorry about that. There's something going off on my computer. Villarreal lost the ball from the throw in, and now Chelsea have a throw in the Villarreal half. Thrown back by Alonso towards the halfway line. It's Antonio Rudiger. Yeah, the last time for an English side to beat a non-English side in this competition was back in 2005, where Liverpool defeated CSKA Moscow in 2005. And since then, there's been 5 defeats for English sides against foreign opposition. As Edouard Mendy can't find Rudiger with a simple 10-yard pass, and this time it's Villarreal with a throw-in a deep area in the Chelsea half, but they've already thrown it all the way back towards the halfway line as they look to rebuild. Raul Albio. Free stint of position given to Villarreal by Chelsea, not being able to play out from the back successfully. If you are new, please subscribe and like for weekly commentaries on the channel. Foyth. Trigoras. Finds Raul Albio. Alberto Moreno on the halfway line. One-on-one with Christian Pulisic. Gerard Moreno tries to find a ball forward, deflects up in the sky as it comes off Chalobah. Moreno in the box. Oh, great defending by Chalobah. Good recovery. He tried to clear it, but it ended up looping off him and behind. And Moreno tried to get on the end of it. And as he got towards the byline, he was just nudged off the ball and out for a goal kick it went. Good defending from the youngster. Edouard Mendy with the goal kick. The 6'6" Senegalese slips as he takes it, and it falls right to Belidia, and a ball forward to Gerard Moreno, left-footed off the post. A gift of a chance for Gerard Moreno of Villarreal, and they do not take it. It's now back with the Villarreal goalkeeper Asensio. Oh, Edouard Mendy with a goal kick. He slipped. It went right to their new striker Belidia, who was calm and composed and slotted it through to the main man, Gerard Moreno, who's signed a new 6-year contract to 2027 this week. And as he looked like he was going to do a cultured left-footed finish, he hit the far post. As they come again, Yeremy Pino inside to Trigoras, 25 yards out, loses the ball to Kai Havertz. Great defending. Down the right-hand side, he plays a right-footed ball in behind. Werner won't get there first. Asensio, the goalkeeper, clears it up towards Zuma, who flicks it back very calmly to Edouard Mendy. And hopefully he recovers from there. I've always said it, he's not great with his feet, Edouard Mendy. We'll see it here. Let's have a look. On the penalty spot, Edouard Mendy. Looking at his options. Right-footed ball towards Alonso. Loses it to Raul Albio now. Edouard Mendy, this reach is not great. They would work twice now, Villarreal. Alberto Moreno hitting the crossbar right before half time, and then Gerard Moreno hitting the left-hand side post. Should have scored with his goal-scoring record. Belidia tries to hold it up. He does do so nicely. Gets the ball away from Kovacic. Now Capoue. Ball cut out by Chalobah. Trigoras. Good ball from Kante, getting there ahead of Dia. Now Pulisic, chance here for Chelsea. Hudson-Odoi's joining the attack with Werner. He'll give it to Werner, the German. Played it back into Hudson-Odoi. Inside to Kante on the edge. No chance for a shot, so plays it back to Chalobah. Forward to Kante again. Body's back now for Villarreal as they can defend this attack from Chelsea. Rudiger fancies a long-range strike and he thinks he's playing rugby. The goals aren't that big, Antonio Rudiger. He doesn't score many goals, Antonio Rudiger. He's got 7 in what is his 150th Chelsea appearance tonight. His last 3 goals have all come against Leicester City. 1 last season and 2 in the season before that. Both goals in that 2019-2020 season came at the King Power in a 2-2 draw. And then the goal last season against Leicester came at home as they're in behind here. Pedreza on the byline. Tries to get a ball across and it's stopped by Mendy. And that chance, I don't know where it even came from. They were showing a replay. And the next thing I know, Pedreza's in the box. Let's have a look. Moreno played a ball over the top. Probably onside. Got in behind. Chalobah tried to deal with it. Didn't do so. Loses out. Really poor defending. I know he's young. It's his first senior appearance, but that's defending you can't do at this level, and he gets away with it in the end. Great game this has been. 55 minutes played. Still 1-0 to Chelsea, but Villarreal do like scoring. Great flick on by Pedreza. Now Dia. Oh, lose out to Kante. Invites too much of the ball for Kante, and he says, I'm going to have to take that off. Here's Kovacic. Slips it through towards Werner. Foyth deals with it, turns him nicely. Villarreal back in possession. Former Watford midfielder Etienne Capoue. Foyth forward to Tagoros. They storm forward here. Gerard Moreno, who hit the post a few minutes ago, crosses it in towards Dia. Great interception by Chalobah. Stops a certain goal. And he makes up for his error just beforehand. With a fantastic interception. There's an uproar from the Villarreal fans who know they're in this game. But as a great in-swinging ball towards Dia was in, he stretched his right boot at it, Trevor Chalobah. And like I said, I think he stopped a certain goal there. Alberto Moreno stood over the corner. As they are in full voice here, the Villarreal fans travelling to Belfast. Gone short to Tagoros. Clips it in. Worked away by Chelsea in the end. It falls to number 24, Pedreza. Out to Tagoros. The little tiny midfielder. Inside to Capoue, who's not quite as small. Oh, poor ball to Moreno means he had to stretch for it, and it's gone straight to Kante. In the Chelsea half, they break. Oh, poor ball from Kovacic. Misplaced towards Pulisic, and it's now back into the feet of the Villarreal players with Tagoros, who seems to be everywhere. He's on the right-hand side, then he's on the left, then he's in the middle. Central midfielder. He's been at Villarreal for a long time, Manu Tagoros. 1 year on his contract. Was at Barca's under-18s back in 2007 to 2008. Manu Tagoros making his 379th Villarreal appearance, only at the age of 29 as well. Still got quite a few years left at the top game, as he's been nearly given the ball. Ball deflects off Chelsea man, but straight back to Villarreal. Ball down the line to Dia. Pulls it in, cut out by Chalobah again. Pokes it towards Werner, who holds it up nicely and gets flattened to the ground by Raul Albio. Free kick, good defending, good hold-up play by Werner. And we're going to get a first change of the night for Villarreal. They will bring on number 12. I think I've got some of the numbers wrong here on this. Again, as well, I struggled. They didn't give me any numbers, Villarreal, so I had no idea what number their players were going to be. So, number 12, not number 15, number 12, Pervis Estupiñán comes on for the left back, Alfonso Pedraza. So, just a straight swap. Pervis Estupiñán is coming on, the Ecuadorian, who is involved in the Copa America, played all minutes for Ecuador. So yeah, straight swap, left back for left back. And we're back in this game with Villarreal on the ball in the Chelsea half, with Foyth going back to Raul Albio. Pau Torres. Moreno lifts it into the left back, who's just come on. He's met with a strong challenge by Chalobah. He stays down, but he won the ball fairly that time. It's cleared by Chelsea in the end. It's now Pau Torres. Down the line it goes. Capoue plays it back into Pau Torres. I don't know how he's kept that alive, but they have. And Villarreal will come forward down the right-hand side. I don't know how they got out of that at the back. Trigueros. Ball out wide left, looking for Estupiñán. I can't get there, can't bring it down, but the ball will trickle out for a throw-in right in that corner flag, so they can try and box Chelsea in here. As Capoue stayed down, as he played the ball back to Pau Torres. He was caught late, I think. And Capoue has had injury issues of his own, the 33-year-old Frenchman. It's only his 28th appearance. He's already had 2 red cards for Villarreal. One was against Arsenal last year in the Europa League. He joined from Watford in January. Capoue. Yeah, just trodden on. He's back on his feet. Yeah, his knees, his right leg is bandaged up a little bit, showing that he has had injury issues recently. So Chelsea have a throw in here. 15 minutes played this second half. Both teams evenly matched. Estupiñán wins the header from the throw-in. Trigueros keeps it alive. Who will it fall to in the end? It's Capoue. Toe pokes it forward to Trigueros. Nice back heel by Alberto Moreno to Estupiñán. Back to Capoue. Villarreal putting on the pressure. I think they deserve a goal with some of the pressure they've had. They've kept possession nicely. They've moulded a few chances at the post in this half already with Moreno. Gerard Moreno, that is. Should have scored as well. Here is Gerard Moreno helping it on to Yeremy Pino. Back into Gerard Moreno. Alonso's out the game here, but Moreno decides to put it in himself, and it's a good header away by Zuma. And then hooked away by Chelsea man, and a throw in for Villarreal. Putting them under pressure here. the Spaniards, Pino sent Alonso to the floor as he played it back into Gerard Moreno. He decided to not play it back into the young winger and put a cross in himself, and it was dealt with by Chelsea in the end. As this ball from Chelsea is dealt with by Alonso as he wins a free kick. He was pulled to the ground by Gerard Pino as he's shocked at the fact that he's just been penalised against. He's going to be booked, I think, for the reaction of that foul, of the reaction of the decision. I'm not happy with that, Gerard Pino. He's had a great first 60 minutes of the game. For Villarreal, this is the first time they've ever played in this competition. First time they've ever played against Chelsea as well. They are the 38th team to feature in this match. And the first newcomer since Atletico Madrid and Inter Milan, like they were in 2010. And they are the 7th La Liga club to play in the UEFA Super Cup. And they could win the 16th Super Cup for Spanish sides, the most from Barcelona with 5, followed behind by Real Madrid with 4. As Pulisic heads it on towards Havertz from the free kick, cut out by Raul Albio, and the ball played forward but cut out too easily on the halfway line by Hudson-Odoi. He sees space ahead of him and he'll try and exploit that space. He does, and he gets a cross in, cut out by Foyth with a header. Pulisic can't keep it alive. Capoue heads it away, only as far as Kovacic pokes it back to the halfway line to Kurt Zouma. Forwards Pulisic, short pass, one back by Villarreal. Now Trigueros across the right hand side now. Foyth, bring it forward. Plays it through towards Gerard Moreno, the number 7. Just about keeps it in as Rudiger slips to the ground. It's a goal kick. Took too much a heavy touch and he knows it, Gerard Moreno. Rudiger slipped, so if he got his touch right, he could have got past him, but his touch was too heavy and conceded the goal kick. But Villarreal have been so much better since the goal, really, I'd say. Since Chelsea went 1-0 up through Hakim Ziyech in the 27th minute, they've been so much better, creating a lot more chances. So it looks like Jorginho's also got his hair dyed blonde. He's going to be coming on for Chelsea. Kante brings it down in the midfield. Forward ball towards Werner. Cut out by Foyth and he keeps it. Back to Raul Albio on the edge of the 18-yard box for Villarreal. Can only pass it out for a throw-in for Chelsea. Can't handle the press there, Villarreal. Alonso throws it into Kante. Works himself away from Alberto Moreno. Plays it into Alonso. Back to Kovacic. Pulisic looks forward. Gets beyond one. And then goes back to Trevor Chalobah. Hudson-Odoi in a bit of space. Will be closed down by Estupiñán. Works into Pulisic. Back to Kante. Pulisic caught late as he released the ball by Alberto Moreno, and the referee will not let play carry on and will give the free kick in a good area to get a cross into the box for sure on the right hand side. Received the ball Pulisic to Hudson-Odoi, and as he went to release to Kante, just caught by Alberto Moreno. Knew what he was doing there, the Spaniard, and yeah, just on the right hand side, a great chance he had a cross in here. Will be a high line by Villarreal, but if they can catch this ball to a Chelsea player in an onside position, this could be dangerous. Thank you to everyone who's liked and subscribed today. If you haven't already, please do. It helps the channel massively, as we've had a great Super Cup final tonight. Alonso stood over it, so it could be a left foot in swinging cross. It will be. Just glides in towards the far post where it's headed on by Kurt Zouma, but he was never going to cause any danger. Quite far past the post from Kurt Zouma. He scored 5 goals last year, 4 of them under Frank Lampard, the one under Thomas Tuchel. It's going to be a triple change. Jorginho will come on, Mason Mount will enter, and so will Andreas Christensen. So Jorginho will replace the captain for tonight, N'Golo Kante. So I'm presuming he will take the captain's armband tonight. Put another good graft in, bit of graft in there. N'Golo Kante, who did play every minute for France in the Euros while they were there. Made his 50th France appearance while he was at the Euros. Timo Werner will be replaced by Mason Mount. He comes on, Mason Mount, number 19. Got 9 goals and 9 assists last season. Did play in the 2019 Super Cup, played the second half, and then scored his penalty in the shootout when he was first bursting onto the scene. And Kurt Zouma, who just headed wide will be replaced by Andreas Christensen. Kurt Zouma is linked with a move away to either West Ham or Sevilla. Could that be his last Chelsea appearance? We do not know, but he will be replaced by the Dane Andreas Christensen, who did get a goal in the Euros, and that was in their last group game against Russia at home. So we're back underway with Villarreal in possession with their goalkeeper, Sergio Asenjo. First Super Cup appearance for Sergio Asenjo was on the bench for both of Atletico Madrid's games in the Super Cup back in the 2010-2011 season and the 2012-2013 season. So he gets it forward, header won by Rudiger, brought down by Kai Havertz, plays it back to Trevor Chalobah, first time into Jorginho. Nice passing here, Jorginho, first time passing from the Italian. It's like he's never been away. Keeps it ticking very nicely, Jorginho. Just looks a lot quicker now on the ball, Jorginho. He used to be so slow, but he just looks a lot quicker now when on the ball. It's like when he gets that ball, he already knows what pass he wants to do and what options are available. Because when I used to watch him, sometimes, especially early Tuchel days, so slow. I used to hate commentating Chelsea under Tuchel when he first came. It was working for them, don't get me wrong, but it was boring to watch. But he's got them playing so differently, so much more fluidity in their performances. But they do lose it in that passage of play. Misplaced ball. It's back with Villarreal. So over to Pau Torres. Joined the club aged 5 in 2002. Pau Torres. Now a regular first teamer and could be looking for a move away. Maybe to Manchester United if the move's on still. After signing Varane. Ball hooked over the top. Yeremy Pino brings it down beautifully. Tried to take on Rudiger. Never was going to happen that. Rudiger can play it down the line to Alonso. He try and work this out from the back here. Gets it into Jorginho. First time ball forward to Kovacic. Into Alonso. He's going to look for a ball in behind where Havertz can't get there ahead of the goalkeeper. Asenjo, who did a bit of a sweeper keeper role, and he got it to Gerard Moreno, who flicked it on there. It's now with Pino. Plays it to the edge to Moreno. Across. Estupiñán gets a shot away right at Mendy. Good save though. Had to be in the right place there. Moreno gets a cross in, deflects off Jorginho. Corner kick for Villarreal. They've had their chances. They've definitely had their chances. It came to the Ecuadorian fullback there, Estupiñán, and unfortunately for him, he did hit it right at Mendy. So quite an easy save in the end. The left back coming close. Signed from Watford in 2020. They make an appearance though for the Hornets. Alberto Moreno has it from the corner. Across it goes to Estupiñán. Now to Trigueros, the original corner taker. Swings a ball in. Header won by Christensen. It will find a Villarreal player. It's Estupiñán on the left. Trigueros. Back to the Ecuadorian left back. Then forward again to Trigueros. So Alberto Moreno support. Plays it to him. He's got an overlap. Doesn't use it. Goes for a 1-2 with Gerard Moreno. Then pulls it back to Trigueros. Left-footed strike. It's blocked. It will roll all the way back though to the left back for Villarreal. Decides to get a ball across. It's blocked again. To the edge to Jorginho. Has to hold it up. Plays it to Hudson-Odoi in the right wing back area. He then eventually clears. All as far as Foyth. But his head is picked up by Alonso. He drifts from left to right. Havertz can't hold it up. He's tackled fairly. It's now Baladia on the left. The striker having to drift to the left wing position. Holds it up against Havertz. Plays it back to Capoue. Then into Estupiñán. It's now with Pau Torres. Great second half performance from Villarreal. They can definitely take a lot of positives going into their first La Liga game against Granada. Pau Torres shifts it to the left to Moreno. Once more to Estupiñán. Nice gap for Gerard Moreno. Tries to cut inside. Good strong tackle by Chalobah. And he clears for a throw in for Chelsea. It's going to be a substitution though before the throw-in. Double change for Villarreal. Their club captain Mario Gaspar will come on. And number 23, Moy Gomez, will come on. He's a left winger, Moy Gomez. 185th Villarreal performance, now at the age of 27. Missed 6 games last season with a hamstring injury. He replaces, that's a bit of a surprise, Manu Trigueros. He's been very good today. I've been impressed with the midfielder. He is a winger, Mau Gomez, but he can play in central midfield. It did say he can play out wide and in central midfield, so I'm presuming it would be another like-for-like swap. As Mario Gaspar also comes on, I'm presuming he replaced Juan Foyth. Throwing taken, Gerard Moreno tries to backheel it into Estupiñán, comes back to him, and then he gets it into the left back. He looks for a cross, he slips as he gets it in, no one's there attacking it. Easy collection in the end for Edouard Mendy, and this has not been an easy ride for Chelsea. They've had to work for this. He rolls it out to Rudiger in the 18-yard box. Left it goes to Alonso, good press from Villarreal, squeezing them into no space. Jorginho has to go across to Trevor Chalobah, good touch forward. Gets the ball forward to Pulisic, he's dropped deep for the ball. Well played from Chelsea to get out of that pressure. Christensen, Rudiger. Ball over the top, Alonso's been found here. And looks for a shot, I think that is, or a cross, I'm not sure what it was, but it was poor nonetheless. Collected by Senjo. If that counts as a shot, then that's Chelsea's first shot of the half, which is quite a shock. Really not being that great, Chelsea, this half. They've had something to defend in fairness, so they've probably not had to attack as much as they would have if it was 0-0 or 1-1. Pau Torres. Ball forward to Juan Foyth, who's been kept on here, so I'm not quite sure who got replaced there. Etienne Capoue got taken off, who did pick up a bit of a knock within the half. So he comes on, so it looks like Juan Foyth's gone into midfield as well. Alberto Moreno. Closed down by Christian Pulisic. Does find Estupiñán. Then back to Moreno. Inside to Foyth. Tries to dink a ball in behind for Dia. Cut out by the head of Christensen. And fall to the chest of Pulisic, who gives it to Jorginho. A little bit slow on the ball there, and it's been intercepted. And it's back into the possession now of Villarreal. Foyth forward. Can they make something work? Gerard Moreno tries to slip a ball through. No way through the blue wall, but then they've lost it again. Rudiger, poor clearance. Gerard Moreno gets it into Dia. Backheels it back into Moreno. Top left corner finish. And that's what they deserve. It's been coming. They've been knocking at that door. They barged their way through. And inside, they found a goal through the like of all likes of Gerard Moreno. It was not going to be anyone else. He bagged 13 all competitions last year in 46 appearances. He'll want to try and copy that. He's got a new contract this week for 6 years. What delight for the club and himself. And they've celebrated with a goal and an equaliser. And could they push on for a winner? It's deserved. Great link-up play. You can see those connections starting to grow during the game because he's a new signing, Ballet Dia, the new striker from France. And the Senegalese international starting to build relationships and learning how to hold it up and when to give and what runs are going to be made. And you can see there he's giving it by Gerard Moreno. Holds it up, he knows he's going to make a run behind him, so just gives a little back heel. Nice return. Gerard Moreno on his weaker foot this time lifts it into the top left corner. And even though he didn't score at the Euros, he scores in the Super Cup. Chelsea won, Villarreal won. What a game we've had. And a very fair goal for Villarreal. They fully deserve it. Chelsea have struggled this half. Their main man is the one who scores it as well. Gerard Moreno. Chelsea won, Villarreal won. And the fans go absolutely ballistic in Belfast. Oh, I've missed away limbs. They're the best. They are the best. Gerard Moreno scores. We've got 16 minutes plus added on time and maybe a bit of extra time if it stays 1-1. Chelsea have been pegged back, even with the likes of Mount coming on in Jorginho. They concede. Pulisic on the halfway line as we're back underway. It's all level. Gerard Moreno is the man who scores. Was also the top goal scorer in the Europa League last year, only with 7 though. Hudson-Odoi inside to Pulisic, can't complete a 1-2, picked up by Pau Torres. Alberto Moreno forward to Dia. First time into Foyth. Sees the ball over the top, cut out by Rudiger on the far left. And then plays it forward to Mount. He tries to turn Mario Gaspar. Touched by Gaspar and out for a throw-in for Mount, which he will take. That's Alonso back into Andreas Christensen. Played 51 minutes in the Champions League final. He did replace a injured Thiago Silva and played brilliantly, the Danish international centre-back. Yet to score for Chelsea, and it's now his 128th appearance for the 25-year-old. Jorginho. Christensen. 15 minutes to go, plus any added on time. It's Trevor Chalobah forward to Hudson-Odoi in that right wing back area. Just moving it from side to side here. Chelsea looking for any openings if they can find it. Christensen. Across to Antonio Rudiger. Once more to Alonso. First time ball down the line to Mason Mount. 1-on-1 with Mario Gaspar. Alonso's making a run down the line. Decides to not use the run and try and put a cross in. Deflects off Gaspar. Back to Mount. He's got a second bite of the cherry. Shifts on his right foot in the box. Shoots towards the near post. Deflects. Takes the sting out of the shot. And it is saved by Sergio Asenjo. 2 5-1 appearances now for Sergio Asenjo. 32-year-old. Did make a key save in the first half against Timo Werner. He's been solid in between the sticks. He throws it out to the left, Alberto Moreno. Villarreal will fancy winning this. They will not count themselves out of this. They've worked very hard and very well to get an equaliser. Albio across to Pau Torres on the edge of the 18-yard box of Villarreal. Forward to Foyth, but it's just misplaced. Picked up by Mason Mount. Ball forward to Pulisic on the edge. Back to goal. He's allowed to turn and play it through to Havertz. Too much on it. But it falls to Hudson-Odoi, who clips it in. Headed away. And then a overhead kick clearance by Moreno. As far as Rudiger, who keeps it alive by kicking it forward to Mount. Laying it off to Mateo Kovacic. Mount. Across to Chalobah. And they will come again. Chelsea. Hudson-Odoi. Inside to Havertz on the edge. Gets onto his right foot. Tries to get a right-footed cross in the first time. Blocked off. Then runs out of room and he's tackled by Pau Torres. And Estupiñán will be the one to clear it for Villarreal. Up towards Dia, the striker. Loses out to Rudiger, who gets it back to Christensen to keep the game alive for Chelsea in the current moment we're in. Chelsea 1, Villarreal 1. Pulisic turns, ball forward, right-hand side. Hudson-Odoi looks for a ball inside. It does deflect nicely to Mount. Tries to go around the corner to Havertz. And he commits a foul there on Raul Albio as he tried to get there ahead of the centre-back. That's going to be a free kick for Villarreal on the edge of the 16-yard box. Havertz did get the assist for the goal for Chelsea in this game, but he's struggled to do anything since, really, of any note and impact. It's when maybe a Romelu Lukaku comes in to give that extra attacking boost. But it's a great finish, by the way, by Gerard Moreno. Great flick from behind by Dia to give it back to Moreno. Nice 1-2. Top bins finish. Comes off the top of the bar. And Thomas Tuchel won't be happy, but it's what his team deserves. They don't deserve to be winning this game. They haven't been good enough for the majority. First half an hour of the game, they were fantastic, but since then, it's been very much an equal playing field for two sides. Maybe not on paper, but in terms of their players and their effort and what they're putting in there. Well deserved of this draw, Villarreal. It's Chelsea throw on the right in their own half. Wonder what changes Tuchel will be thinking of making. Chalobah clears it. Height on the ball. Easy header to be won by Pau Torres. Jorginho is the one who picks it up there ahead of Gomez. Now Kovacic across to Rudiger. A bit of room here on the Chelsea left as they look to try and get back in the lead. Rudiger storming forward. Laying it off to Alonso to his left. Can he work across? No, goes against that. Tries to cut back inside. He loses out and Villarreal clear towards Ballet Dia, but he's nowhere near that ball. No fault of his own. Poor ball. And can be given right back to Chelsea as they'll come forward again. 11 minutes to go. Plus added on time. Kovacic on the halfway. Played forward to Jorginho. To get that winning penalty against Italy, against Spain in the Euros semi-final. Chalobah. Hudson-Odoi. Far now. We're on the edge of the box. Plays it through to Pulisic. Tries to get inside. Tackled by Pau Torres. Corner kick. As Pau Torres tackled Pulisic, he thought he may have come back off the American last, but the linesman doesn't think that, and they've got a corner to defend here. Villarreal tried to go inside, came off the back foot of Torres, and then came off the top of Pulisic's thigh. Corner kick. That should not be. It should be a goal kick. This will be controversial. It did come off Pau Torres and then just grazed the thigh quite clearly of Pulisic. This shouldn't be a corner. This would be devastating for Villarreal. Alonso in swinging corner. It loops in the air after a header on. Punched away by Asenjo to the far post where Mount's there to pick it up. Goes back across to the right to Hudson-Odoi. Brings it down. Goes over to Alonso, the corner taker. Swings it in. Asensio again meets it to the striker Dia, who then helps it on towards Mau Gomez. Good defending there by Jorginho. But the players had to be stopped there as Maule Dia goes down, and there's also another player down, Pau Torres. Asensio's also feeling a little bit of pain as he went for that ball, so we've got 3 injured players for Villarreal. Asensio will be fine, but Pau Torres seems to be struggling, and Maule Dia does seem to be struggling with cramp as well. The new Senegalese striker got 16 goals in 39 appearances last year. You can see why they wanted him. He had to score for his country after playing for them 5 times. Maule Dia, but he does have an assist, and that is in today's game. Azpilicueta will be coming on for Chelsea. They will be taking off Callum Hudson-Odoi. Decent game. Could he have done better in certain places? Maybe. But he's now 1 game off his 100th Chelsea appearance. So if he does come on Saturday against Palace, that will be number 100 for Hudson-Odoi at the age of 20. But club captain Azpilicueta's on. Looks like all Villarreal players have recovered from any cramp or any struggles they were having. Obviously understandable why Pau Torres is struggling. Played 6 games in the Euros, all the minutes in the Olympics. Was forever present last season for Villarreal. He must be absolutely exhausted. We're back underway though with Christensen on the ball for Chelsea. They want the winner. They don't want this to go any further than the 90 minutes. Jorginho sees a ball over the top towards Havertz. Cut out in the end and can be cleared by Pino. Down the right hand side. Moreno will let it go over his head and will fall to Christensen. 8 minutes to go. Rudiger. Havertz back to Rudiger. 2 Germans linking up. Jorginho again sees a ball over the top, and it will find Havertz this time towards the corner flag. He's tackled by Pino. What a game he's had, the 18-year-old man. Attacking and defending. Jeremy Pino, remember the name. Passed out in the end. Oh, he looks like he's just passed out then. He's dropped to the ground, Pino. He looks absolutely exhausted. Or has he been caught in the face there? He's holding his nose, and it did look like when he raised his hand there was a little bit of blood. I thought he was just going down because he was a little bit tired, but has he been caught in the face there? Maybe not. Let's have a look. He was closing down Havertz, and when he won the ball, yeah, just caught in the face there. I don't think there's any blood. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. We're back underway. Chelsea back on the ball. They're going to adventure down the right-hand side this time with Trevor Chalobah. Decent senior debut. It's a big stage to make your debut in a European final, but I think he's dealt with everything quite well after spending last year on loan in France. Can they break through this yellow wall? Chalobah. Pulisic. Final third we are in. Azpilicueta. Cross. Blocks. Deflects. Corner kick for Chelsea. Estupiñán with a good block there as Azpilicueta was looking for a cross and looking to provide his 54th assist in Chelsea colours. He's making his 430th appearance for Chelsea tonight. Azpilicueta, and the previous 5 appearances he's got against Villarreal, he's never lost. Cross is in, it's dangerous. Heading away to Jorginho, shot blocked. Falls to Kovacic, he's one of the furthest men back for Chelsea. He clips it back in the box to Alonso, helps it on. It's an easy save in the end for Asensio. And Chelsea come close once again, but not close enough. Harold, hello, how you doing, mate? Glad to see you in the chat. Yeah, Jorginho's strike was going absolutely well wide. Sliced it a little bit. Good block by Jeremy Pino. 18-year-old. Signed in 2019 from Roda under-19s, a team in Spain. Got another double change here for Villarreal. Number 6 will be coming on. That's going to be Manu Morlanes. And if I'm not wrong, on the website I was using, he was sold to Almeria, and then literally a week later was bought back permanently. So he was sold permanently after being on loan to Almeria last season, then was bought back. I don't know if there's any truth. I did research into it and nothing was coming up. But he's a Villarreal player, and he'll be replacing Alberto Moreno. He's had to play in central midfield. He's had an absolute worldie of a game. Alberto Moreno. He did hit the bar in the first half and should have scored, but he's going to be replaced by Manu Morlanes. And the second change will be Maule Dia, the striker who provided the assist. He will be coming off for Daniel Rabah. He is a Spanish right winger. He's at 6 foot. Only got the 1 goal last year in 11 appearances. Scored the second penalty in the Europa League penalty shootout and signed in 2014 for the under-19. So he's worked his way through Villarreal and is now a first-team player at the age of 25. So 5 minutes to go. Some more substitutes made. Villarreal on the ball as they clear long again through their centre-back Raul Albio. Header won by Rudiger to Jorginho, who helps it on and out of play. Mario Gaspar will be the one to take it in the Chelsea half. Throws it into the number 17. Pau Torres. Back to Asenjo, the goalkeeper. In an all-pink kit for tonight's game, the keeper. 4 minutes to go. Villarreal holding out here. Foyth, who started at right back and has been used in pre-season as a holding midfielder, is having to do that now. Cleared by the left foot of Asenjo towards Gerard Moreno. Loses out to Christensen. It's now with Chelsea. Azpilicueta, ball forward to Pulisic. We're deep in the Villarreal half. He has to look back to Azpilicueta to keep possession. And inside and back to Christensen. Rudiger. Across to Christensen. Now Chalobah. Will there be late heartbreak in this Super Cup final? It's been a great final in my opinion, watching it. Hope it sounded the same through the commentary. Rudiger. Ball over the top, can't find. Alonso cut out by number 21, Jeremy. Pino. And it's going to be a throw-in for Chelsea. Taken quickly to Jorginho. Lays it back into Antonio Rudiger. Jorginho across to Chalobah. They keep testing both sides. He's going to charge down the right-hand side. Can he get a crossing? Chalobah tries to play it inside to Azpilicueta, cut out. And can they deal with this now? Villarreal, no, they can't. They can back heel it out for a throw-in right next to the corner flag as they try and push for this winning goal. Chelsea taken to Mount. All in the Villarreal half, all outfield players, including the Villarreal goalkeeper. Alonso. Just keep going from left to right, trying to find the spaces to get in behind and get a shot at goal. There's not many in this half. Chelsea, they've struggled. They've defended well. Villarreal sorted their defensive performance out from the first half. Azpilicueta. We know he can provide a good cross. Scored in the Euros against Croatia. Jorginho it plays to and then gets him behind to Pulisic, who strikes. Saved by Asenjo, but Pulisic was offside once given the ball. I thought so. Ball was given to Jorginho. Went inside and in behind first time to Pulisic. Yeah, a couple of yards offside. He was coming back from an offside position as he already made a run when Azpilicueta had the ball. Good save by Asenjo. If he wasn't offside, but I always had a feeling he was just a couple yards offside, and he was. The Poznan going on at the back for Villarreal. City fans will know what that is. It's where all fans turn away from the game and go like this with people and then start bouncing so they can't see the game. City got it off Lech Poznan when they played them in the Europa League in the 2009-2010 season. It was Lech Poznan came over to the Etihad, did that, and then it caught on at City. Now they do it as well. It's a tired Pau Torres, poor touch, gives it away for a throw-in. It's been taken quickly by Pulisic. Poor touch though by Mason Mount, and he gives it away for a throw for Villarreal. Poor from Mason Mount, you expect better. We're nearly at the 90th minute. 27th minute Ziyech goal and a 73rd Gerard Moreno goals means we are level going towards the 90th minute. Estupiñán with a dodgy ball back to his goalkeeper, who struggles to deal with it with Mario Gaspar. They do end up clearing it in the end, as far as Havertz, who's tackled by Gaspar, and so is Jorginho as well. He loses out, and the ball can be brought forward. It's been played across. Cut out by Chelsea, but then they win it back. And Alonso with a late challenge. Had to make it, because that was a good chance there for Chelsea to try and get forward. To take it quickly, though. Why are they taking it quickly, Villarreal? Now Gaspar on the ball. Into Pino. Back into Raul Albio. Hit the 90th minute. How long have we got of added on time As Villarreal try and come forward. Gaspar's been fed the ball towards the byline. He pulls it back, but no player in yellow's there. 4 minutes added on. So when that clock hits 49, we've played all the additional time allocated by the referee. They'll come forward again though. Villarreal. Gomez into Foyth. They'll go down the right hand side now. It's Mario Gaspar. They'll work across. Spilaqueta's there to head away. Moy Gomez. Estepinan. Gomez again. Trying down their left hand side. They'll go across though. In the end. To Gaspar. Pino. Molanez. Foyth. Back to Molanez again, the substitute. One of the later substitutions made by Unai Emery. He gets a ball inside. And it's ball through towards Moreno. Cut out by Christensen. He'll fall back though to Villarreal as they'll keep going here in the final third. Pino, one-on-one with Alonso. He's giving him a bit of a torrid time tonight. Tries to find a ball, deflects off Alonso. As far as Gaspar, he's looking for a cross. He'll put a cross in. Easy catch in the head for Edouard Mendy. Drops to the ground and just lets Chelsea breathe for a minute because they're under a little bit of intense pressure there by the Yellow Submarine. Can Chelsea maybe create one last chance to nick this late? It would be nice for them to nick it late. They would prefer that. They're a bit of a giant in Europe now in terms of London clubs. Chelsea, they've won 2 Europa Leagues and 2 Champions Leagues. Yet to win a Super Cup in recent times. As Alonso breaks through with it. It falls to Pulisic on the left, cuts in onto his right foot. He keeps going. He can't work a shot. He's now on the edge of the box. He does work a shot. Deflects off Alonso, who's in an offside position. And a free kick for Villarreal. Pulisic from the left. He just kept going across and across, looking for a shooting chance. And once he did get a shooting opportunity, it came off an offside. Marcus Alonso. Yeah, just offside. He's back left foot. And on the UEFA website, it says this game should go to extra time. It should go to extra time. But we were in Budapest last year when Bayern Munich took on Sevilla. Bayern Munich won that one. And now, for tonight, we're in Northern Ireland and Belfast in the Windsor Park Stadium. Moreno tries to head it on from the Asenjo free kick. Cleared by Chelsea. One back by Villarreal. We've got a minute left. Estepinan on the halfway line. Plays it forward. One last chance maybe for Villarreal. Spilaqueta's there to win it back though. Great play from the Chelsea captain. They're back in possession in their own half. Antonio Rudiger gets stuck under his feet. But he then gets it shifted quickly over to Jorginho. 40 seconds left. Spilaqueta in the Chelsea half. Havertz lays it back into Trevor Chalobah. Jorginho across towards Rudiger. Too far forward for him. So it will be retreated by Kovacic. So he's kept in the Blues' possession. Rudiger. It's a ball over the top. Finds Alonso. Takes it in his stride and gets the shot away. Side netting. That would have been a dramatic ending to the Super Cup final. But the Spaniard ripples the side netting. There would have been a few fans in the ground who thought that had nestled into the back of the net. Great ball from Rudiger. In behind for Alonso. Brought it down beautifully and really zipped that towards goal. But in the end, there was no worries for Asenjo as it bombed next to the side netting. And I think that's it. Full time. We end in a draw like the Europa League final between Manchester United and Villarreal. It is 1-1 in that Europa League final. Villarreal did take the lead through Gerard Moreno. And then were pegged back by Cavani. But it's been the other way around this time. Chelsea took the lead and Moreno's had to come back with his team, with his Villarreal team, to salvage a draw and to take it into the next part of this game. I think it's extra time. That's what they say it is. So we've got an extra half an hour of this game. Great performance from Villarreal. Really, really good performance. They kept so many clean sheets as well in their knockout stages in the Europa League of last year. Kept a clean sheet, one clean sheet in the round of 32. They kept 2 clean sheets in the round of 16. They then kept 1 clean sheet in the last 8 and kept another clean sheet in the semi-final against Arsenal. So they are very good defensively. They don't concede usually more than 1 goal. I don't think they did concede more than 1 goal in the whole of the Europa League last year, which says a lot. So we know they're hard to break down, and Chelsea are finding that in the second half. Who will win it? Come on, if you're in the chat, if you're here, let me know. Who do you think's going to win? Chelsea or Villarreal? It's 1-1. We should be going into extra time. Stop the timer. Getting everything set for the extra time. Will we see a winner? Just waiting for the start of extra time. This is calling almost for Romelu Lukaku, not yet signed for Chelsea yet. Just looking at possibly Ziyech's was a dislocated shoulder, I am reading. After going up to defend Villarreal corner, he collided with Juan Foyth. Meant he had to come off. Still on the adverts here. Villarreal on pens 5-4. Well, their last penalty shootout ended 11-10, but in fairness, in Chelsea's last 2 Super Cup finals, they both went to extra time after 2-2 draws, and they were both beaten 5-4 on penalties, so is history going to repeat itself? The one before that, they played in 2012, so they actually got to back-to-back Super Cup finals in 2012 and 2013, but they were battered by Atletico Madrid 4-1. It was a Falcao hat-trick that day at Monaco Stadium, a place he's very familiar with, Radamel Falcao. Did end up actually playing, didn't he, for Manchester United and Chelsea. Didn't quite work the way he would have wanted, unfortunately. Gerard Moreno in the second half, pulling it back. It's a great goal, a 1-2 with new front man who was substituting in the end, Paulé Dia. But the amount of time they're taking here for the restart, I think this might be going to pens. No, it is going to get a restart. Okay, that was quite a long restart. Another change for Villarreal. It's going to be Asa Mandy, the centre-back. He's going to be replacing my personal man of the match, Yeremy Pino. He is 18 years old, 7 goals already for Villarreal first team. He's completely ran out of steam, I'm presuming. He's going to be replaced by a new signing made from Real Betis, signed from a free after his contract ran out, and that is Asa Mandy. So it looks like they're going to a back 3 here with Torres, Pau Torres, Raul Albio, and Mandy as a back 3 with wing backs of Estupiñán and Mario Gaspar on the left and right, and then midfield of Foyth is going to be in there. Molanes is going to be in there as well with Gomez, and Gerard Moreno up front as well. So you know what they're doing, Villarreal, as we are back underway. We've played 40 seconds already. Villarreal kicked off. They're kicking left to right. Chelsea kicking from right to left. Kovacic picks up the ball after a misplaced pass. Havertz loses out though. Good defending from Villarreal, and they have the ball back with Foyth going across to Gerard Moreno on the centre circle. Distributes to Pau Torres. Forward in the end it goes. I'll have timer in a second. So Estupiñán works across, but no one's there. Easy catch in the end for Mendy. He rolls it out to Chalobah. Christensen plays it over to Chalobah. We're 90 seconds into the first half of extra time. Christensen. Enters the Villarreal half. Aspilicueta's free on the right. His pass is blocked though. Kind of just kicks it though at the Villarreal man, and he tried to catch Mendy off his line with a shot from the halfway, but he could not be any further wide. I think that was by Daniel Rabah, one of the substitutions made by Unai Emery. Fancied his chances there, this number 17. Not to be. Couldn't be further wide, and just really gave possession back to Chelsea. As they're just inside their own half, Chelsea with Andres Christensen. Looking at his options, plays it forward to Jorginho. Left to Rudiger. Back across to Christensen. Assessing both sides, Chelsea. Which way is the best way to break down this defence? Aspilicueta into Mount. Halfway into the Villarreal half. Back they go to Christensen. Keeping the ball ticking, keeping the ball moving. Antonio Rudiger. Kovacic. Keeps it simple. Another 10-yard pass to the right to Chalobah. The centre-back. Senior debut for him tonight. Mount. Finds Aspilicueta. Great chance for a cross. He'll make the cross. He'll be blocked though. And a corner for Chelsea. Good defending once again there by Pervis Estupiñán. The 23-year-old Ecuadorian. Stopping a couple now with Aspilicueta's crosses. Alonso for an in-swinging corner. Travelling to the right-hand side to take it. Towards the far post. Header by Albio. Held back in by Jorginho. Havertz will give chase. Won't get there ahead of Estupiñán. Stuck in the corner flag. He clears it away and it deflects off Kai Havertz. And a throw in for Villarreal. Come on, any more predictions? Who's going to win this? Have we got any more? I'm interested. I think Villarreal is going to win this in extra time. I think they're going to nick a late goal and shock Chelsea. Isn't it mad how fans can dictate a club so much and not even realise? Why on earth did Arsenal get rid of Unai Emery? Did not give him enough time at all. He's a proven manager in Europe to do well and in leagues. He won a few trophies at PSG. He won the league once. He won 6 trophies at PSG. He won 3 at Sevilla and then won the 1 at Villarreal. So he's won 10 in his career so far as a manager. Give him time, and that they did not. Chalobah strides forward. Plays it through to Aspilicueta. Great ball. He pulls it back to Mount, who's on the byline himself, who gets across. It deflects on top of the roof of the net. Corner for Chelsea again. Brighter start here from Chelsea, looking a lot better, especially Mason Mount, who didn't quite have the effect that Thomas Tuchel would have wanted him to have when he brought him on. Well, for Unai Emery against Chelsea, he's only beat them once, and that was they only beat Chelsea once, and his last game against Chelsea was in the Europa League final, one of the only Europa League finals he's lost in his career. And that was when Chelsea beat them 4-1 back in the 2018-19 season in Baku. So not the greatest of memories against Chelsea as Asenjo boots the ball forward as he caught the corner from Chelsea. It was a poor cross in the end, but Chalobah deals with it. Chelsea back in possession. He clips it down the channel. Brought down by Pulisic, but the touch is inviting, and Estupiñán can come in and take the ball away from him. Now Juan Foyth, 10 minutes to go this half. Substitute Mendy on the ball, the Algerian centre-back. Picked up 2 red cards last season against Getafe in Barcelona. Asa Mendy. Pau Torres slowing the game down, rightly so. I bet all those players, especially because it's coming up to the end of pre-season, they might be a little bit tired themselves. Molanes. Rabah, sorry. Pau Torres. Over it goes to the left-hand side. Just knocking it about Villarreal. This is Spain's 29th appearance in the Super Cup. A competition record. 10 more than England, who are in second place in terms of appearances. Oh, ball through the legs there for Villarreal as they try and break through. It falls to Gaspar after Chelsea try and scramble it away. Juan Foyth. Pau Torres. Estupiñán. Villarreal this time taking turn to have a go at possession. Pau Torres looking for a searching ball, caught by Chalobah, but the clearance is all going to fire. Gerard Moreno still alive for Villarreal. They go back to the halfway line with Torres. Over to the left to Gomez. More Gomez, one of the substitutes. The number 23. 185th appearance for Villarreal tonight. Gomez, winger / central midfielder. Torres swings it forward. So does Moreno with a nice first time passing behind for Estupiñán. He's one-on-one with Azpilicueta. Goes inside to Moreno. He's in the box on the left-hand side. Lays it back into the Ecuadorian left-back, who works across in towards Mario Gaspar again. Too easy for Edouard Mendy to catch. Remember, he is 6'6". He's a bit of a giant. So crosses like that for him are easy to collect. It's mad to think in the 2014-15 season, Edouard Mendy went a whole season without a club. He was without a club and made a return after he was recommended to go and fill in, I think, a third goalkeeper role at a French club. There's Chelsea looking behind there, can't be caught. I think Pulisic there tried to get on the end of it, caught by Asenjo. Foyth. Over to the right hand side now where Villarreal will look to get forward. Gaspar just about keeps it in. And then he loses it to Alonso as he tries to play it down the line. It's now with Jorginho in the Chelsea half. Pass forward to Pulisic. Caught. Free kick for Chelsea in their own half. That reminds me of that tackle when he was chopped down there, Pulisic, when he played Real Madrid away, and I think at home as well. I've never seen a player get fouled so much in my life than Christian Pulisic. He did that so well, winning free kicks, keeping Chelsea ahead in that semi-final. As we're back underway now with Christensen across the Chalobah. We're in the Villarreal half, closing in on the end of this first half. We've got about 6.5 minutes left to play. Chance for a goal. Time for a goal for sure. Rudiger swipes it across to Kovacic, who's on the left-hand side. He's got options. Go simple and back to Rudiger. First time ball. Bit of a assertiveness on the pass there. Chalobah. Azpilicueta. Ball over towards the byline where Mount hooks it in. First time brought down by Havertz. Can't get a shot, but he deflects to Pulisic. He's put it wide. It went to him nicely. And all he had to do was find the bottom left corner. And he missed it, the net completely. Azpilicueta, a nice ball dinked over to Mount, who hooked it in first time. To Havertz, who brought it down. Couldn't quite get a shot away. He was deflected off Albio right into the path of Pulisic, who took one touch and then shot with the outside of his foot, but he didn't get the curl on it. It just hit right straight through in a straight line. And without the curl, it means it just went right past the post. And it's a great chance for Chelsea. I said this time for a goal, and that could have been the time for it. Instead, it went wide by Captain America. We stay at 1-1. Rudiger wins it back from the goal kick from Villarreal. Kovacic, ball inside to Pulisic. About 25 yards away from goal. Tries to go to the right-hand side to Pulisic. Deflected pass towards Azpilicueta. It'll be a throw-in for Chelsea. We're now hit 100 minutes now in this game. They're still tied at 1-1. Azpilicueta now on the ball. Can he find a cross? Lays it into Pulisic. 1-on-1 with Estupiñán. Can't get past the Ecuadorian, but he can get it to Azpilicueta. Gets the return. Is he tripped? No, says the referee. It's a bit scrappy here on the right-hand side. They work it to Azpilicueta, who's then tackled by Mal Gomez. But there's an offside anyway on Azpilicueta as he got one of the passes back. And Villarreal have a free kick. Unai Emery will be very happy with this performance. He wasn't happy with the first half an hour in that time slot where they conceded, but from then they've been absolutely unreal. Villarreal, very deserved of being in this game. Asenjo clears it for Villarreal. Christensen can bring it down and pretty much unpressured as well. Chalobah goes back to Edouard Mendy. Christensen in the 18-yard box for Chelsea. No real chance for Villarreal in this extra time so far. They'll fancy penalties. I'm sure they will. Jorginho across to Rudiger on the halfway line for Chelsea. It's now Kovacic finding himself in space on the left-hand side multiple times as he then goes to the right-hand side with Mason Mount. Nice ball into the path of Azpilicueta. Back into Mount. Pulls it back. Alonso takes it down. Poor touch. Gomez can take it away and clear. As far as Chalobah, number 14. Mount. Jorginho on the edge. Ball played through to Alonso. It deflects to him as he looks to find Azpilicueta. As he was pulled down by Torres. The referee pulls it away. He's like, I'm not having that. Did seem like there's a bit of contact and a bit of a pull down on Azpilicueta. Referee didn't give it. Goal kick. It is at the minute. I think there is VAR, so they will have a look. Let's have a look ourselves. Chalobah got it into Mount, then Jorginho. Ball through to Alonso, who was offside anyway, I'm pretty sure, as he got the ball. He helped it onto Azpilicueta, and as he was trying to get in behind, Estupiñán just pulled him. No, there's nothing in that. He had his arms around him a little bit, Estupiñán, but nothing, not enough for a penalty, in my opinion. Azpilicueta looked for it, and he's not going to get it. Like I said, he's never been beaten by Villarreal in his career. Azpilicueta got a red card as well in the last Premier League game of the season against Aston Villa. Lost 2-1, but did score Champions League football after Leicester. Lost 5-2 to Spurs. There's been a ball set away here for Gaspar in behind. Too much on it. Collected once again by Mendy. He rolls it out quickly to Rudiger. 2 minutes left of this first 15 minutes of the extra time. Villarreal half we are with Azpilicueta. Looks like they're trying this left-hand side of Villarreal's, testing the defensive attributes and if they can hold out. And at the minute, they are doing just that. They're going to try the left-hand side of Chelsea now, with Kovacic picking it up. He's got Alonso in support, but goes inside to Jorginho. Has to go across again to Christensen. It's now with Chalobah. Final third, we are in with Azpilicueta, spreading the pitches wide as he can. Jorginho gets it first time, cross into the box again. Assertive goalkeeping. He's had a really good game, Sergio Asenjo, showing his experience, really being the confidence booster for those defenders. When you've got a goalkeeper you know you can trust, it's always a lot easier. But then again, a clearance from Villarreal, can't find one of their front men, and right back to Chelsea it goes, and they'll come right back at Villarreal. Chalobah. Azpilicueta, first time ball, looking for Mount, deflects off Estupiñán. Chelsea were throwing across to Christensen. They're pushed very high up now into the Villarreal half. Chelsea as they look for a winner, or at least to take the lead. Christensen. Chalobah finds Mount. There's no room at all for Chelsea to work in. The defensive positioning and structure of this Villarreal defence is just a showcase of how good Unai Emery is at setting up defensively. I've got to remember back in his day as a player, he was a central defender. So he has good experience at the top level. Mount can't feed it through to Chalobah, who made a run in behind, and they've lost it and they've cleared it now. Chelsea. Rudiger has to try and keep it for Chelsea, and he wins a free kick as he was pulled back there by Rabah. We've played 105 minutes. Will we get any added on time? Maybe a minute of extra time? No, we won't. The referee pulls the game to a halt there, and we'll have another 15 minutes in a few minutes time. But for now, it is still Chelsea 1, Villarreal 1, Chelsea on top, but they're not creating any chances because Villarreal defensively are being so strong. Will we get a penalty shootout? You can tell Tuchel will definitely want to win this. He'll want to win a 9th trophy as a manager. He won 1 German Cup, he won 2 French League titles, he won a French Cup, a Champions League as well. Isn't too shabby. I'm sure he'd want a Super Cup as well. Fell at the last hurdle with PSG, as they'll be looking to win it now with their signings. Messi, Wijnaldum, Donnarumma, Hakimi, Ramos. Crazy, absolutely crazy. And then they've got Mbappe, Neymar, Kimpembe, Marquinhos, Keylor Navas. Stupid. But Villarreal want to make club history. They've only won 4 trophies in their history a Europa League, which they won last season, 2 Intertoto Cups in the 2003-2004 season, the 2004-2005 season. That was abolished in 2008. It was another European trophy, similar to the Super Cup actually, where teams from Europe's top leagues would come up against each other and battle it out. So they won 2 of them before obviously being abolished in 2008, and they've also won 1 fifth tier of Spain trophy. That was back in 1969-1970 season. So when we say Villarreal don't win many trophies, they really don't. You know, the fact they've only won 1 league trophy, and that was the 5th tier, says a lot about where they've come from, Villarreal, and why their fans are so passionate about every trophy that they can try and win. Who will come out victorious? Will it be England or Spain? Chelsea against Villarreal. It'll be Chelsea to kick off this second half of extra time. Kicking left to right, Villarreal right to left. Let's have it. So back underway, Chelsea kicking off, and I think it'll be a bit of a repeat because we know how good Villarreal are at keeping their defensive shape and giving no chances away, knowing when to press, knowing what spaces to close down. They are the prime example of how to do it in Europe under Unai Emery. And they're going to have to do it again for another 15 minutes if they want extra time. Oh, God, sorry. I can keep it going, can't I? Jorginho. Yep, they're sat back now, Villarreal, and I think we'll have another attack versus defence for the next 15 minutes. Azpilicueta keeps it alive with a cross, cut out and headed away by Torres, and volleyed away once more by Villarreal. Azpilicueta. Yes, Brunty, he's in, he's here. You're a bit late. I'm joking. Mount gets it through to Pulisic, holds it up, plays it back to Azpilicueta, first time cross, it's floating in the box, and again Alonso comes to collect. He's been so good in the goal for Villarreal, he really has. He's the league keeper last year. The Europa League goalkeeper was Geronimo Rulli. Raul Albio to Mandy. Foyth, just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Down the right-hand side it goes. It's picked up as well by Morlanes. And Marcos Alonso's been caught there. He was on the ground. He's tried to stop him on the ground. Play continues, though, and they've stopped in their tracks by Rudiger as he intercepts a Mario Gaspar pass and he runs out of room, out for a throw-in. Naughty from Alonso. He was caught there. He slipped to something and trying to stop the attack. He tried to take them down by probably grabbing their leg. He couldn't in the end, but nothing came of it anyway. Mount. Pulisic. Got beyond one and a second, caught late as he released it, but he does fall to Mount. He got the shots away. It's another good save at the near post. And they'll win a corner. The referee was going to give a free kick as Pulisic got beyond one and was taken out by the second player, but he got the pass away. It trickled to Mount and it was on target. What a save. Great advantage from the referee. Corner kick to Chelsea. And Asenjo's had an absolute blinder today. Got to defend this corner now. They're so close to scraping to a penalty shootout where they believe that's probably their best chance of winning this game. Here's Alonso. Left-footed cross in. It's dangerous. It's a great ball toward the far post. Need away in the end. And then met by Mount, who shoots. Blocked. Cleared. Jorginho heads it back to Kovacic on the halfway line. Last man back for Chelsea. He's been forced back himself to Mendy. And Villarreal survive once again. Jorginho over to Chalobah. Enters the Villarreal half. Alonso still on the right-hand side in the right wing-back position. Gets it to Havertz. Looking for a pass. Finds Mount. Gets it into Alonso again. Shifts it onto his left. Back to Chalobah. Then into Azpilicueta. Back to Chalobah again. They're looking for a cross if they can. Chalobah. Mount takes it on the turn. Tackled fairly, said the referee, and I think so too. And Foyth can get it out to the right-hand side of Villarreal, to Gomez. So to Mandy, the centre-back, who goes to Albio, then Sergio Asenjo. Down the left-hand side, Villarreal go Estepina. Estepinan's going to chase it down. Chalobah will get there first and, yeah, just nudge the ground. Good defending from the Chelsea young centre-back, 22 years old. Made 44 under 23 appearances. No goals, making his first team appearance tonight. And he's played pretty decent in that back three. He's looking to be loaned out, though, for this season because they've got so much depth at the back. You know, Andres Christensen didn't start today, so did Thiago Silva. Spilicueta is an option. They can play it centre-back as well with Reece James wanting to play it right, wing-back. Rudiger. Kovacic. Ball over the top. Havertz wasn't making that run. He's having to chase it now against Mandy, who will get there first. And will clear it. Deflects off Havertz, throw in for Villarreal. They're so good at this defending. I think this is where United became a little unstuck as well. A little bit stuck. Not being able to get beyond this Villarreal defence and create clear-cut chances. Thrown down the line. Header one, and it's been put forward by Rudiger. Cleared, though, by Milanez. It's been worked inside. Gaspar's touch poor. Right to Jorginho. And they can work it down the Chelsea right-hand side here as they look to go again. In the centre circle is Jorginho. Left-hand side to Kovacic. Takes it nicely. 1-2 with Mount. Tackled by Milanez. Deflects out for a throw-in for Chelsea. 10 minutes to go. Throw-in Alonso. Laid it back into Havertz. Kovacic. They're really struggling here. Chelsea. It must be tiring for Villarreal. Can they keep their stamina for another 10 minutes? Kovacic lifted ball into the box. Pulisic can't get onto it. Raul Albiol heads away. Another throw-in. It's now Rudiger. Christensen over to Chalobah. Spilicueta, the captain, inside to Havertz. Just about pokes it to Chalobah. Mount works himself away from Foyth. Then into Havertz. Nice ball into Kovacic. Over to Alonso. Takes a couple of touches. Pulls it back to Kovacic again on the edge. Shot blocked by Milanez. It'll trickle all the way over to Rudiger, who have to retreat the ball, and they'll go again. This is literally what you call defence versus attack. The stuff you do at a training session. And they would have practiced this so much, Villarreal. Keeping shape. Moving from right to left, left to right. Chalobah. Over to Jorginho. Rudiger. Kovacic. Lifted ball again, looking for the run of Havertz. Too much on it. Collected by Asenjo. Torres getting caught out there by Mount, but he wins it back as he nudged him off balance. And Torres plays it down the line, but it's only far as Chalobah. First time ball inside to Pulisic, got a bit of room. Sends one. Slip in, that's Foyth, and then plays it across to Kovacic on the edge. Then once more to Alonso. Can he work across? Gets onto his right foot and then shoots, and oh my word. That's tiredness, that's a bit of a weak foot as well. It balloons wide and high. And Villarreal will not have to worry about that from Marcos Alonso. Not the greatest of shots there by the Spaniard. He does have 24 goals, Alonso, for Chelsea, which isn't a bad record. It's quite a few goals, actually, in fairness. Got 2 last season against Burnley and a late winner against Manchester City in the Premier League at the Etihad. Could he maybe, repeat things? Because that game also ended 2-1 to Chelsea in the end. But the Spanish fans being the most vocal. 7 minutes to go. Asenjo with a goal kick sends it to the Villarreal left, where Moreno can't hold it up. It will go for a Chelsea throw-in. Take it quickly, and they're in their own half. They're on the edge of the 18-yard box with Christensen. Then over to Rudiger. Rudiger, if he does play on Saturday against Palace, it will be his 100th Premier League appearance for Chelsea, scoring 6 goals. This is 150 for Chelsea in all competitions. So hitting some milestones this week, Rudiger. Spilicueta flicks it in towards Chalobah. Can't get there ahead of Mo Gomez. Cleared by Torres in the end. Out for a throw for Chelsea. They're deep inside the Villarreal half. But they're struggling to make any clear-cut chances. Christensen, who scored an absolute rocket for Denmark in the Euros. They could do with him maybe doing something similar. Jorginho into the path of Azpilicueta. He's going to go for a left-footed cross. Collected easily by Asenjo. It was left by Albio. Was never going to catch out the keeper there. Who's been probably one of my man of the matches for sure. He's been such a safe pair of hands in that Villarreal goal. The Spaniard kicks out of his hands. It's a bit of a slicer. Doesn't get much distance on it. Havertz heads it to Mount, who then nods it into Jorginho. Flicks over to Havertz, who also tries a flick of his own. Not good enough. Albio can head away. They have to restart right at the back with Christensen. Into Mount. Lifted ball into Pulisic, but he's caught late though, Mount, as he released the ball to Pulisic, and it's going to be a free kick for Chelsea. It's towards the halfway line, so they have to absolutely launch this in towards the box. As Mount is just staying down for a second, I think just to catch his breath. Taken short instead. Jorginho to Kovacic. Oh, Mount having a bit of a push there at Mo Gomez, a bit of words off the ball, not having to stop the game, the ref didn't even see it. But there's a little bit of afters going on after the challenge on Mount. He's not happy with something. Play does continue. Chalobah. Azpilicueta on the right hand side. Inside to Pulisic on the edge of the box. Plays through towards Mount. Is he onside? He just collect the ball. He's closed down straight away. His cross is deflected into the skies. Asenjo doesn't get there first, but there's an offside anyways. Mount was offside. We're under 5 minutes away till penalty kicks. Tuchel having a little sip of the water. Probably has a bit of a dry mouth. It's a bit of a nervy ending this for Chelsea. They are pushing for the goal, but nothing really coming of this possession they've got. Asenjo over to Torres on the Villarreal left-hand side. It's a lifted ball over the top, cut out by Chalobah, kept in. No, Azpilicueta has to let it run. Can't avoid the throw-in. And this will give Villarreal a chance to push forward, just get out of the half and just, you know, force Chelsea to have to push them back again. There's Pino has to throw in. Gets into Mo Gomez. Caught late there by Mount. I think that's a bit of revenge on the foul he did on the Englishman as Foyth squares up to him because he knows what that's all about. As it looks like Kepa Arrizabalaga is going to be substituted on for penalties. I don't know if Mendy has a problem, but it looks like he's getting stripped off and ready to come on. Oh, he is! What's going on? Oh my days! Mendy's going to get subbed. Oh, it's a free kick though. Will we get penalties? Good save by Mendy. Offside anyway, Gerard Moreno. Free kick for Villarreal. Tried to take a bit of a cheeky, quick one, but yeah, well offside, Moreno. Not the best of headers. It was an easy save for Edouard Mendy. Free kick anyway. But Kepa is going to be brought on for the penalties. I'm not joking you. Remember the last time he was involved in a penalty shootout? Or one of the last times anyway. It wasn't the last time. Manchester City League Cup final when he refused to come off. I have a little bit of sympathy for him because he went down with cramp to kind of waste time, and Maurizio Sarri actually thought he had cramp and had to come off. And he said, no, I'm fine. And obviously disobeyed the manager's command, but, you know, he was just doing the cramp to waste time. So a bit of miscommunication there that time, but he's going to be trusted again to come on, to be the hero of the day. You remember when the Netherlands did it in the 2014 World Cup, Van Gaal, who's recently become the new Dutch manager, when he brought off Sillerson for Tim Krul, who then was the hero against Costa Rica in that penalty shootout. But will we get to penalties? Christian Pulisic has a free kick here for Chelsea, yellow card. It's quite far out, 35 yards out, so probably more of a chance for a cross. But Daniel Rabah is the man to be replaced. When will Kepa come on? I can't believe they're bringing off Edouard Mendy. He's 6'6". He's massive. I know his penalty shootout against Tottenham in the League Cup last year, he didn't save one. He nearly went the wrong way every time. Here he comes. Kepa Arrizabalaga. He only made 13 appearances last year, 6 clean sheets. He's got 4 appearances against Villarreal, 2 in the 16-17 season and then 2 in the 17-18 season. He played in the Super Cup in 2019 where there was a penalty shootout. He couldn't save one in that one, but he's been asked to make a couple of penalty saves in this one. It's an odd one. It's a strange one. They obviously see something in Kepa that they don't see in Mendy in terms of saving penalties. Mount with the free kick. He's going to just clip it into the far post where Alonso will head it into the box. Cleared and the counter-attack's on. They go past Mount. Pino on the left. He's going to have to chase for that. Kovacic will get there. What a slide challenge. And he keeps it in on the right. Inside to Azpilicueta. Back to Kovacic. Inside to Jorginho on the halfway line. This is it for Chelsea. Azpilicueta, 20 seconds to go. Kai Havertz, the hero in the Champions League final, looks for Azpilicueta. He just about keeps it in. Crosses it in. And it's good defending. And it's a foul on Pulisic as he pushes the Villarreal defender in the back. And after 120 minutes, we are all level still. Will we get any added on time? Kepa's been brought on to save the day for the penalties. There's 1 minute added on. Asenjo will take his time with this free kick. He sends it long into the Chelsea half. Gerard Moreno is going to flick it on. Oh, he tries Azpilicueta. He'll let it run across his body and then clear it down the right, but he's been cut out by Daniel Rabah with a big slide tackle, keeping it in the Chelsea half. And it looks like they have earned their penalties after a hard 30 minutes of just full-out defending. It looks like they've made it to penalties. Throw-in cut out. Chelsea have another one on the halfway line. 5 seconds to go. We've played the extra minute. Throw-in by Azpilicueta to Havertz. Can't go inside. Blocked off by Torres. And that will be full time. We have penalty kicks. And Kepa replaced Edouard Mendy in the late stages of the game for the penalties. I'm not sure what the reasoning is. I'm sure we'll get an explanation at the end of the game by Thomas Tuchel. But who will come out on top? Fully deserved by Villarreal. They've defended so well. Once they conceded in the 90 minutes, they played well from 30 minutes to 90. And then when they got to the extra time, they went, right, we've got here, let's defend this. And they've done half an hour of solid defending. And they fully deserve their penalty shootout and a chance to win the Super Cup. I'm going to sort this out as quick as I can. Right, there we go. The penalty score is in the bottom right. 1-1 after 120 minutes. The last... Chelsea's last 2 Super Cup finals, the one in 2019 and the one in 2013 against Bayern and Liverpool, both went to penalties after 2-2 draws in 120 minutes. They've lost both of those penalty shootouts 5-4, where they lose their 3rd penalty shootout in this final. Or will they win it for the first time since 1998, which was the first Super Cup final to just be over one game, not over 2 legs. It was just one game. First ever one, 83rd minute winner from Gus Poyet. And from there, they've just had disappointment in the Super Cup. 2012, lost Atletico Madrid. 2013, lost to Bayern. 2019, lost to Liverpool. Will they win or lose to Villarreal in 2021? Well deserved for Villarreal. They've showed how they can, start slow but then get back into the game, create chances and get a goal, and then go for another goal during that time. And then when they got the extra time, they went, right, let's relax, let's take time, let's think about this, and let's actually defend what we've got instead of trying getting a goal. They've done that. They fancy themselves more with a penalty shootout than committing bodies forward and maybe leaving themselves open. So they're going to go to penalties. Edouard Mendy was replaced on the 118th minute by Kepa, who's been put in net for these penalties. He didn't save a penalty, I don't think, in the 2019 Super Cup against Liverpool, where they lost that penalty shootout 5-4. Who will get the first penalty? Yep, didn't save one. Kepa in 2019 in that final. I remember him saving one in the, I think, Europa League semi-final against Eintracht Frankfurt. So he has saved penalties before, but strange decision. He did save one against Manchester City in the League Cup final, but wasn't enough to win the tie, or win the final in the end. Kepa Arrizabalaga, what a chance to put yourself in a little bit of Chelsea history, winning the first Super Cup since 1998. He's not a big fan within the Chelsea fan base. He cost them around £72 million. He's now a backup keeper and he's worth about 15 million. But they've obviously substituted him on for a reason. They're attacking down the left-hand side, so there's Villarreal fans packing behind the goal and a few to the side. So it's mainly Villarreal fans around this goal. It'll be Chelsea to take first, and it will be Kai Havertz to step up first. The man who won them the Champions League to get them to this final. Remember, Sergio Asenjo wasn't in goal for the penalty shootout against United in the Europa League. That was their backup keeper, the Argentine Rulli. So Asenjo didn't go in net for that penalty shootout, so he can also make himself a hero now. Kai Havertz, can he take Chelsea to the perfect start in a penalty shootout, to getting that first penalty taken and getting it scored? It will breed confidence to the other penalty takers. Kai Havertz, he's left-footed. Can he score? No, he can't! Saved by Asenjo! And that sums up his performance. He's had a heroic performance. He guesses the right way. It's a really poor Havertz penalty. He's put it to the right-hand side. Asenjo dived that way. Perfect height, perfect placement for a keeper to save a penalty. His foot's on the white line. Really poor from Kai Havertz. Easy save. Asenjo dived to his left. And it stays at 0-0. What a chance for Villarreal. It's their golden boy, Gerard Moreno. Signed a new contract in the week till 2027. He bagged 30 goals last year. He's got 83 now for Villarreal after scoring the equaliser. He's a left footer. I recall him scoring a penalty or two for Spain in the Euros when they had shootouts. He's also left footed. Kepa needs to bring out a big save here. He can't. Off the post and in. There was a bit of a moment there where Gerard Moreno thought he'd missed. He did hit the post within the 90 minutes when it was 1-0 to Chelsea. He hit the opposite post this time, but it did go in. And Villarreal have the advantage. They played for penalties. Maybe this is why. Chelsea need to score this one, I'd say. It's going to be the captain, Azpilicueta. Scored a beautiful penalty in the League Cup final against City a couple seasons ago. He put that one in the top right corner. Where will he go this time? Same corner, but in the bottom corner. And Asenjo got close, but not close enough. Azpilicueta scores. Good penalty from the fullback. and the Chelsea captain. 1-1, but Villarreal still need to take. Telegraphed where he was putting it, but there was so much placement and power, there was no chance for the goalkeeper. Still advantage Villarreal for now. 2-1. It could be if Villarreal score this one. It's a lot of pressure. I think this is Manu Milanez, I'm pretty sure. It's Mandy, the new centre-back. The Algerian, signed from Real Betis. He's right-footed. Kepa saves! Sometimes when you see a centre-back step up for a penalty, you're a little unsure. You either get a Harry Maguire top corner breaking the camera penalty, or you get one like that. He went to the keeper's right. Again, perfect power and placement for a keeper to make a save. Probably a little bit more of a better penalty than Havertz, but still, Kepa makes the save. We are all level after 2 penalties. 1-1, 1 score, 1 miss. Asa Mandy, the new centre-back, misses. I'm surprised he was a one to take, but you know, we don't make these decisions. Saved by Kepa. He's made 1 save. And here's Marcos Alonso to take. Spaniard versus Spaniard. Can he give Chelsea the lead for the first time in this penalty shootout? Yes, he can. He slips. But it still went into the bottom left corner. Sent the keeper the wrong way. Heart in the mouth stuff there for Alonso as he slipped on the turf. There's a lot of slipping in this game. Sent the keeper the wrong way. Nice penalty. Simple. Now it's all on Villarreal. Can Chelsea take the lead for the first time in the shootout in terms of equal penalties taken? Bit of mind games from Kepa, dropping the ball. Getting told to go back onto his line by the referee. I like the mind games from the keepers. Get any advantage you can. He's looking like it's going to be Purvis Estupiñán, the Ecuadorian. Had an unsuccessful career at Watford. Didn't make an appearance while he was there, and that's where he was signed from for Villarreal. Can he make the score level in the penalty shootout? Yes, he can. Calm as you like. Took his time. Slowly slotted it to the left-hand side, to the keeper's right. Kepa went left. Nicely composed penalty. It takes balls to do those slow ones, because if you get it wrong, it looks like a really poor penalty. But not that time. After 3 penalties taken, it's 2-2. Well, Villarreal have been here before. They literally had to score all 11 of their penalties in the Europa League final to get here, as Mount has a penalty. Wasn't able to take a penalty for England because he was substituted. He takes on for Chelsea and he sends the keeper the wrong way again. Keeper went to Mount's left this time. He slotted it to the right. And Chelsea regain the lead in the shootout. 3-2 after 4 taken for Chelsea. But Villarreal still need to take their 4th. Asenjo being sent the wrong way. Both keepers have only made 1 save so far. Kepa could trump Asenjo and make 2. Who's next for Villarreal? It was a surprise that Mandy took 1, the new signing. But it's barely watchable for some of these fans, especially the Villarreal, where these trophies mean so much. It's Moy Gomez with the next penalty. He's a Spaniard. He's been at the club for a while. This is his 185th appearance. You almost feel like every player has a strong connection with the fans. It seems so tight-knitted and united. Can he bring joy to the fans? Yes, he can. Good penalty kick. Bottom left. Keeper went the right way. But it was that put in the corner that it even looked like he got nowhere near it, even though he went the right way. Good penalty from Moy Gomez. He keeps it at 3-3. We're now at sudden death. Checking the crowd. He's lived and breathed moments like this when he won the Champions League with Chelsea in 2012 when they won on a penalty shootout against Bayern. Drogba famously scoring the winning penalty in that one. But here is Mr. Penalty Taker himself, Jorginho. His last 10 goals have been from the penalty spot. He scored 1 in the semi-final of the Euros. He missed, though, against Pickford in the final. Will he score against Sergio Asenjo? Jorginho, hop, skip and a jump, and he sends the keeper the wrong way and shushes the Villarreal fans behind the goal. That could come back to haunt him. He does send the keeper the wrong way. Hop, skip, saw the keeper commit to his left, slotted it to his right. Makes it look so easy when it's not, because I tried it the other day and it's not easy. Because Because if you get that wrong, you look like a bit of a mug. Sorry about this. Worst time as well. So if we get a save or a miss, we get Chelsea on the trophy. Daniel Rabber. Sorry about that. He has to score to keep them in it. Daniel Rabber slots it the right way. Keeper went the wrong way. So I'm so sorry. I can't believe this. What are the chances? 4-4 though. Daniel Rabber scores. I can't get them shut up. I'm so sorry. I can't get them shut up. 4-4. Pulisic to take. When you get dogs, yeah, train them. I'm so sorry. I can't believe this. Shut up. Pulisic to take. Brought on for the injured Ziyech, who scored the Chelsea goal. And again, every keeper's getting sent the wrong way here. 5-4. I think they've settled now. Thank God. What an awkward time to start barking, man. Sorry about that. But again, like I said, sudden death, so Villarreal miss. They lose, but they've scored 11 in a row in a Europa League final. So I've got no doubt that they could score loads more. Juan Foyth signed on a permanent transfer from Tottenham after a successful loan spell last year. The Argentine, Juan Foyth, sends the keeper the wrong way again. Kepa went to the player's left. He went to his right. He scores a goal. 5-5. 6 taken. Only plays to miss is Havertz, who took Chelsea's first, and Mandy, who took Villarreal's second. So, 7th penalties for both sides. Antonio Rudiger is up next. A massive player under Thomas Tuchel. This is his 150th Chelsea appearance. Can he score his penalty kick? Yes, he can. Asenjo rooted to the spot. Weird run up from Rudiger. It was very narrow. He sent it to his left. And he curled it into the bottom corner. The keeper was unmoved. You know, keepers presume players are going to go a certain way. He committed. He thought he was going to go down the middle. He didn't. And again, Villarreal have to score. 6-5. Who's next? It's the captain, the centre-back, Raul Albio. We know what happened when a Villarreal centre-back took a penalty in the shootout. They missed. Will it repeat itself? Kepa's pointing to his left. Will he go to his left? He won't! He'll go the other way, and that's where Kepa's gone. And Chelsea win the Super Cup on penalties. Raul Albio misses. And Villarreal, heartbreak for them. They won the Europa League on penalties, but they won't win the Super Cup. Chelsea have won this for the first time since 1998, where they beat Spanish opposition in Real Madrid. They've lost their last 2 Super Cup finals on penalties, but this time that isn't the case. Kepa brought on to save the penalties, and he did just that. He saved 2 penalties. He saved the penultimate one. The last one, the most important one. The captain, Raul Albio, misses. Chelsea win the shootout. And eventually, after 23 years without winning this competition, Chelsea have won it. Not to be for Villarreal, a very impressive performance from them. Defensively, attackingly, everything about their game was great. But when it came to centre-backs taking penalties, they couldn't do it. They missed. Kepa saved. Chelsea win. And that's the first time English opposition have beaten Spanish or foreign opposition in this competition since 2005 when Liverpool beat CSKA Moscow. 5 defeats since that against foreign opposition for English clubs. They've finally beaten the Spanish side, Villarreal. It has ended 6-5 on penalties, 1-1 after 120 minutes. And that is the Super Cup to Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea, and they win their first trophy they can win. They won the second trophy possible for English sides after Leicester won the Community Shield on Saturday against Manchester City. Is this a showing of things to come for Chelsea? They've won the Super Cup now, they've won the Champions League. Could they maybe go back-to-back or win the Premier League? It's all to see in a very exciting season for Chelsea. But they've started in the right way. They win the Super Cup on penalties. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you are new. What a game. Chelsea win. Tuchel's team march on to the Premier League. They'll play Palace at home, where they will come home after winning the Super Cup in Belfast. For Villarreal, it returns to La Liga duties now, where they'll have a season in the Champions League to contend with. Will they do well? We'll have to find out. From me, that's the end of the game. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe. Chelsea win against Villarreal on penalty 6-5.